Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a boat, and no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side floor. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Baby.
Frog boy back.
Ribbit, ribbit.
I have arrived.
Hello.
Before we get to it, I'm already guilty for not wearing any Vice shirt.
I spilled juice on mine.
All right, cool.
What the hell?
I got a closet full, so
I look like an idiot right now. What are you guys
No.
doing?
You'll be fine next break.
You look good. You look good.
Welcome back, Frog Boy. It's good to have you back. Happy hurricane season, everybody. The Canes on the field tonight.
Let's hope that their season don't start like Florida's.
I was proud of my boy yesterday. We went shopping because we're taking the family. Tobin family's going to the Canes game tonight, and so I took him to the mall. Picked out a hat. He picked out the biggest Canes bro swaggy hat you could pick out. I'm like, welcome aboard, dude. Irrational confidence and hats that have way too many colors on it. I love it. I mean, it looks like he got a hat with a U on it that looks like orange and green paint threw up all over it. And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Went to Lids, said, you pick out the hat you want. Boom. So he's ready to roll tonight.
I mean, when are we to the point? Because now sometimes when I go to Browns games and it's, hot, I go with the big hat.
You go with like the Vic Fangio?
Yeah.
No, I mean we just went standard. We went standard cap on this one.
But normally
it would look hilarious though if my son did have the Vic Fangio hat on.
Normally when I go, it requires a ski mask because it's been cold. When you go
to the Browns game, yeah.
Yeah, I went 1 year in January, and kickoff it was -2.
How about those Gators having 2 people with the same number on the field last night? Huh?
Is that a penalty?
Oh, it sure is, dude. I didn't know it was either, but apparently it is.
I know it was a penalty.
They got a punt return overturned. Not a punt return touchdown, but like they were getting ready to receive the punt. They had 2 number 3s on the field. Penalty, first down, Utah.
What? Hey, can I just tell you, is that the worst way for a drive to continue?
Oh,
if you're a coach, who do you yell at?
I don't know. The coach probably just like, really? Like, what do you do? Like, does the guy have to
know.
So like
what they do is they for that play, they'll just take and pull another jersey over top of them. So they have like extra jerseys, any number.
But does he have to wear his name on the back?
No.
So he can just say nothing?
College is optional.
Interesting.
Because I don't think there was a point in time where USC, and I don't know if Notre Dame does it. Notre Dame doesn't have names on the back.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like Penn State's famous for not, but a lot of teams do. Right. do. Remember it was such a big deal when Randy Shannon took the names off the back? That was a big deal when he became head coach.
Yeah, that helped.
It did not.
No, I know it.
Although 5-7 his first year. Maybe hopefully Mario Cristobal goes better than Randy Shannon did.
I'm like, you know what? I think I'm more excited about what I've heard from the fans than I am from the start of the season.
So you're excited you've heard nothing?
I'm excited that I've heard people being positive but not Tobin at it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's fair. So like basically
Really?
you're just happy that you're sitting you're in your backyard in your hammock and you're not hearing swag is what you're saying.
No, you could still listen. You could still be Canes, bro, but keep it real. Like you can't come. Look, the last 2 years, you can't come to me and say, I expect to win our side of the draw. I expect to be in the championship game. But really? Based on what?
Well, maybe we have a chance because it sounds like Florida State and Clemson are going to make such a stink because they are. Did you see what happened today?
Yeah, they got Cal.
Yeah,
Cal,
Stanford, and SMU.
No, here's why, dude. Hold on. Because you want Texas, California to recruit.
But like,
and SMU, it's all schools that got money, man.
But money for what? Like, is it the point to bring in ratings for your conference? Like, who wants to watch SMU anymore?
Why you got the ACC being watched on the West Coast now? Every week.
Yeah, it makes sense. The Atlantic Coast Conference with our 2 California schools. College football is so stupid right now.
Listen, eventually it's going to be 3 conferences.
Well,
and you know who I can't wait. You know who. Listen, I have ulterior motives.
What's
right? Because all of this going on, which I knew was going to happen, which I've been preaching was going to happen for years, right? All I care about is one school being left out. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Bunch of idiots. No, but it is a thing where it's like, what are we doing with these conferences?
You're just listen. What
can they at least?
They got who? What conference would they join?
I don't know.
There's 4 teams in the Pac-12 now. Pac-4 now.
The Pac-4. They got to rename all these conferences.
They
don't make. They got.
That'll be the next. That'll be in fact. That'll be the next wave of getting money, renaming all these conferences.
The Atlantic Coast Conference with two schools in Cali.
You think it'll be like Pringles presents the Atlantic Coast Conference?
Probably.
Or something like that. Or, there's or to work out television deals. They'll rename the conference.
Do you think that Dabo Swinney is just upset because of more this allows for more name, image, and likeness in the name of God?
Oh,
I just think
because apparently Clemson, UNC, and Florida State are all very upset about this.
Yeah. Well, but why would they be? That's what I don't get.
Because they're whining about not having, because the ACC has a terrible TV deal because they signed up early and they're locked in. I think till the 2030s, something like that. Like they are locked in, and they're making a stink. And now they have more teams in here that I don't think makes them more attractive to any television.
Why not?
Dude, who the hell wants? When's the last time anybody's cared about Cal football?
But again, you're talking about now you have coverage across the whole country.
Dude, for what though? You already have a TV deal, the ACC network. Congratulations. Hey, by the way, congratulations, Stanford and Cal. Good luck finding it. Good luck, dude.
Wait, in the middle of the night.
Yeah, what you guys don't know is I'm actually going to the Canes game tonight, so I don't have to go look for the ACC network. So
it's actually much easier.
Well,
it's easier to go to the game.
I got NFL Network back.
Good for you, buddy. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
For now.
We started NIL, Father, Son, Holy Dabo.
Built this program in God's name, image, and likeness.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
okay, how does Touchdown Jesus feel about that?
I think he would say I think he would say that he is he's like, hey, listen, I'm the originator, Dabo. We built this program. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you guys built it on Deshaun Watson, but hey, what do I know?
Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was God. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, they had a lot to do with that too, Dabo.
It's pretty amazing because when Dabo got to Clemson, they weren't that good. So to get that amount of talent there, same thing with Georgia. I mean, Georgia's got a little more pop than Clemson. So you have a lot of kids want to go to Georgia. But when Kirby Smart got there, they were okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
Has
see.
to drive Nick Saban nuts, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm like, you want to talk about the opposite of what Canes fans are? I see my school ranked second, and I'm like, what?
Really? You're surprised? Do you
I
like
am,
at least
but
that you're
then-
ahead of Ohio State?
But then, oh yeah. But the thing that I am excited about is they damn near got their whole team returning, and a lot of teams don't. You see what I mean? So Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, they all got new quarterbacks. I mean, we got J.J. McCarthy, but we got the best run game in the country. So we'll see.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Marlins, they did win yesterday. They beat the
6-1.
Nationals 6-1.
Yep.
Jazz Chisholm went deep. 14th home run of the year, 3-run blast. Jake Berger also went deep. So good news there.
I just saw an interesting stat that has never been reached in baseball. Acuna, 30 home runs, 60 stolen bases.
I saw that.
Has never happened in baseball.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. Even though Tobin can't stand him.
Can't stand him.
Didn't they change a rule recently though to like make that a little bit easier? I think I remember Juan Pierre talking about had the rules been the same, he would have had much more steals. Can't you like not look more than 3 times or something?
Well,
there's a shot clock.
There's a pitch clock now.
Pitch clock. So you can't keep looking back and forth.
Yeah. But Juan Pierre wasn't touching 10 home runs a season, you know.
Right.
It's true. It's a giant. What else we got? So Canes, they do open up their season tonight. Miami of Ohio, 7:00. Our pregame coverage here on 560 begins at 3. Danny Rabinowitz and Brian Monroe will get you going with all the action.
Is he considered a kicker or a punter?
I believe he's considered a punter.
It's kicker.
Would you ask him, dude? I don't know.
Same room. Same room.
Drew Rosenhaus, he told Josh Moser of WSVN that Jeff Wilson should return after his 4-week stint on the IR. So that is good news for the Dolphins running back room, although they do have to figure it out for that first month of the season with Mostert, A-Chain. Hopefully Ahmed is okay. It looks like he's back.
Is A-Chain back?
Yeah, he's getting back too. Like, so both of those guys were banged up in the
was more of a
preseason.
question mark than anybody else other than
Well, he had the shoulder. Yeah. Well, Ahmed got a little head knock, but I don't think he was ever in protocol. I think they were just resting him. Little precaution.
Which reminds me, we got to get them smelling salts in.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the smelling salts.
The NFL announced yesterday Tyreek Hill will not face any discipline for the Marina incident. So
really, they spent money on that?
I don't think they spent money. I think they just let everybody know, hey, we're not disciplining him for this.
That's where we are. And you know, my biggest thing about this is when you see situations like this, right? It makes athletes a target. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Because now people gonna get into stuff and say, pay me, or I'm gonna go, you know. And it's unfortunate.
And scores last night, you had UCF. They beat the snot out of Kent State 56-6. And Utah, we mentioned this, number 14 Utah did handle Florida 24-11. And Florida had 2 plays.
What an ugly game.
Yeah.
I mean, besides that first play where Gators were falling all over each other.
Are they the first program in history to get penalized for 2 people with the same number on the field and also to block each other?
I can't. Now wait. Listen, I have hit my own guy, but I didn't block him.
Oh, please don't lose tonight, Canes. I like having a weekend to make fun of the Gators. All right, we'll take a quick break. Plenty to get to here on the show. Back with more after this.
WQ on their 31-yard line. Van Dyke against the blitz. Looks right, throws down the field. He's got Restrepo wide open at the 30. Restrepo upended at the 23 of Virginia. Great find by Van Dyke. He gets Restrepo from Deerfield Beach on the other end.
Van Dyke was mining for diamonds, and he found one. Restrepo stays on course.
Happy Canes Day, everybody. Football season is officially back. Miami Hurricanes taking on Miami of Ohio. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Pregame starts at 3 right here on your home for the Canes, WQAM. As we have a busy weekend ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We got a full college slate tomorrow. Leroy, I just saw that Michigan's on Peacock. Do you have that?
No.
What are you going to do?
Huh?
What are you going to do then?
I'll figure it out.
I was looking over. I was like, Marcos, I looked and I saw Michigan's on Peacock.
They
I'm
have
like,
a Big Ten channel.
I don't think. Well, that doesn't mean anything. They could put Rutgers on the Big Ten channel.
Ooh.
Really?
Okay.
What do you mean, really? Why are you yelling at me like?
Isn't Peacock NBC?
If you have NBC, you should have Peacock, but I don't know if you have your Peacock logged in. I just want to make sure you're prepared tomorrow. You wake up.
Man, I'll figure it out. I ain't like.
I just want to give you some prep,
How
dude.
about,
That's
you
all.
know what? You know what's crazy? How about all these conference games week 1?
Yeah.
I mean, we had Minnesota, Nebraska.
Oh, dude, Matt Rule, what a schlub. I mean, come on.
We got Matt. We had that one. We have Indiana playing. Is it Ohio State?
Indiana is hosting Ohio State. Yes.
We have there's a lot of. We got LSU. Who's LSU playing? LSU is playing on Sunday.
Isn't LSU playing Florida State?
LSU's playing Florida State. That's
Yeah.
the Camping World, whatever, opening weekend.
And Clemson is going to the vaunted ground that is Duke.
North Carolina played NC State. Was that last night?
It was not last night.
It
was. No, last night was NC State UConn.
NC State UConn. So, yeah, it's crazy. This is usually we get the Powder Puff season.
Well, you guys are taking on East Carolina.
Yeah. Anthony Pleasant.
By the way, once sued Bear University.
Who's the running back? Who's the running back who went to Tennessee who had 2,000 yards?
Really?
That was Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson went to East Carolina, correct?
I believe he did. Didn't David Garrard go to East Carolina?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he did. Yeah, there was once the reason they had to go to Bucky, Marcos, is they were salty at Barry for infringing and just basically changing their logo from purple to red.
Wow.
So the Bucks had to make a new logo, and thus Bucky was born. Which, by the way, I think is a cooler logo anyway. I like Bucky. I don't like that stupid pirate.
But here's the deal.
They scrubbed the pirate.
Who, East Carolina?
No. East Carolina still has the pirates. The old Barry logo.
Yeah,
you have to go. When I was at the back in the SID office interview, I don't remember what I was doing. I was doing like a WBRY thing. I don't remember what I was back there for, but he was giving me my guy Dennis Jezik. He was giving me a whole history lesson on the Barry logo.
Wow. Okay.
Whole history lesson, dude.
Look at you brought it here, man. That's an interesting.
I mean, what if Michigan had an actual Wolverine in a cage?
That's Dan Campbell's method. That's what he wants. He wants live animals. If you have a live animal, it's got to be out there.
Well, I mean, LSU is the only team that actually has a tiger.
They're the only ones that actually have a tiger. There's plenty of they have obviously the bulldog. They always have a stupid bulldog out there.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like old and schlubby.
Doesn't be there.
Colorado has the damn bison out there.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
it.
they have 12 guys holding the string like it's a Macy's Day Parade.
Oh
when
yeah.
they run that thing out there.
You have and then of course tomorrow's the first of the Dion era, against
Here we go. The old don't like streaming services.
I mean, you don't like streaming services. I'm sure Big Spoon's got to know how to get into Peacock.
No, she watches everything on Netflix, on Prime. Right, we got that.
Yeah, but it's not on Prime. It's on Peacock.
I know. You said that Big Spoon know how to do it. If I say, "Hey, Boom, Big Spoon, throw up that Peacock streaming," she's like, "What?"
Just for the record, Fresno State Purdue is on the Big Ten Network, so don't go there unless you want to watch it.
You just do that just to mess with me.
No, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the schedule tomorrow. Big Ten Network is Fresno State at Purdue.
Here's the other problem. When I see a good game on TV, so I'll look at my schedule, right? So tonight, I'm going to watch Miami and Miami of Ohio. I'm going to get my little cooler, get a couple of beverages, and I'm going to get in my jacuzzi in my pool and watch the game from there. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I always look at the schedule. First of all, I try to avoid getting in the jacuzzi in the middle of the damn day.
Well,
that's you asking for dehydration.
High noon,
right
dude.
There.
Good luck.
So I probably do it for a night game. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I during the day, I'll be in front of the TV. Now, I'm amazing. I'm great at this. For the NFL, I could watch one game, watch the scroll, and tell you exactly what's going on play by play.
I know it's a superpower of yours. I've seen it in action. Sergey Bob over 5 Oski says, Tobin, don't let J-Fig near Bucky. Oh, trust me. He knows. The streets in Miami Shores knows about the murderer. They know.
And she's within 10 miles, too.
Yep, they know. They know. And then Al Naga says, how appropriate is it that Tobin is from a university that has a parrot for a mascot?
Boring story time.
Murderer.
Jay Fig, though, by the way, did a lovely job with the newsletter. Lovely job.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though she did it during the show.
I know. Well, you know. It is looks lovely. I liked she put the little Tobins on the first day of school pictures. Yep.
That.
So
yes. Listen, I think all of us are one of the 4 of the most underappreciated people in that building. Most of the people don't even know us.
Yep.
But that's okay.
I feel like she should have given us a little bit more credit for getting the YouTube to where it was. You know, she kind of gave it to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the right thing to do.
Keep in mind, we were the guinea pigs for all of this.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, she's like Mike McDaniel. She's giving the game ball to everybody, and we're sitting here like Tua, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill, and we're like, you know,
that's what imagine if Tua was like, "Did you see those passes?" I mean, look at you.
Solana.
Okay.
Kick his ass, J Fig.
What did she say about Solana?
She said that she was going to mention it only yes, but Solana would say something, and Solana would say something about it, so it makes sense. And
what's he going to say?
You know what? He contributes. Dan Day contributes.
When we say something, what happens?
I'm not saying they don't contribute. I'm just saying, you know, like we're the only ones doing it live every single day. You know, like it's all good. But I think it should have been noted. But it's fine. We'll be team players.
Yep.
I just think that, you know, if our video producers making the newsletter, I would like our propaganda to be a little higher within the organization.
Like somebody said to one of my coaches. Coach said, "There ain't no I in team. There ain't no we either."
We'll take a quick break. I'm very bothered by something that I saw on Twitter this morning.
One thing?
Oh, dude, I just.
Oh, is it what you sent us?
What did I send you?
The Port-a-Potty fight.
No, I mean we can talk about the Bruce Lee of intangibles.
Hey, we got somebody who is a straight ass kicker when it comes to Port-a-Potties. She was not playing. She's hold my drink, Billy.
She was impressive. I gotta say, I was like,
she went in there all ninja with her blue jumpsuit on.
There was a hell of a fight at a Morgan Wallen. Yeah, we were watching this video yesterday I sent to the crew. It was a Morgan Wallen concert and just an intangibles lady throwdown in a Port-a-Potty.
Right.
But there was one blonde lady who came in and she had like the high kick. She was like Holly Holm.
She took 2 girls, pulled them by the hair, got them up out of there.
Yep.
And then the girl that was in there doing her business, she walked out. She got out of there. Like,
whoa.
Use.
That's not what I'm upset about, but I will. We can venture and break down that film eventually. We'll take a quick break. Back after this.
The Hurricanes
Oh, Mr. Fangs. Fangs loves the elements.
He does.
It's not noise to him.
Harold something in the blue shoes. Can't
Harold
remember.
Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Yeah, you
Teddy
played some of that. That was good.
Yeah, it was some good stuff.
That was enjoyable. I enjoyed that from old Harold. It was very enjoyable.
Fangs got soul. Harold Melvin, that's what you said? Yeah, I'm gonna
Harold
play some
Melvin
later
and the
on
Blue
this show.
Notes, and the lead singer was Teddy Pendergrass. Go figure. It's like a Hootie and the Blowfish thing.
Yeah.
So like Teddy just kind of went and had his own thing afterwards.
Yeah. And then he got in a bad car crash and he was paralyzed, and he made an album after that.
Woo.
Woo.
Crazy. Well, speaking of music, this is what we were talking about during the break. This let's see.
Yeah, don't play it with sound.
No. Can't play it with sound. Hold on. I'll get there for you in a second, Marcos. By the way, I want to let you guys know if you guys want to get a photo and autograph. You ever hear this guy, Matthew Tkachuk? Pretty good at hockey.
Definitely.
Pretty good at hockey. Well, he is going to be giving photo ops and autographs coming up at Hollywood Collectibles on Sterling Road in Dania. But if you guys want to win one, text the word hockey to 20357. Hockey. Text that to 20357.
Or as Bob would say, hockey.
Hockey. And you must stay focused. If you don't win, you can still go to the event. More info is available at HollywoodCollectibles.com. This is going down Sunday, September 10th, I should say. Matthew Tkachuk will be there. But if you guys want to win, text hockey to 20357. It's a text contest, so message and data rates may apply. So yeah, this was the throwdown at the Morgan Wallen concert. Port-a-Potty, dude. Like they were getting after it in this whole thing.
Oh, my drink, Billy.
Oh, my drink. One girl gets out, like, excuse me.
She was in there.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh, wait. Here comes Superwoman.
Oh my, where did
Look
she?
at this. Watch this.
She is like she's throwing the hand. She's like redneck Khabib.
Oh, she came back for more.
Right down the pipe.
Whose friend is she?
They gave her the boots.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait, but think about this.
What just happened?
How drunk are you where you are on the floor of a porta-potty and you want to fight?
Yep.
Yikes.
But I don't know. I was talking to Jay Fig. I don't know if she skipped the line because that's what I thought it was. And then at the end, the lady just walks in the porta-potty next to it.
Right. And why would you pick that one?
I don't know, dude. That looked to me like I don't
She
know.
got toilet paper all over the place.
Yeah, like this. That's definitely like she got more than a -1 for sass.
Man,
Hey.
everyone has boots on.
Yeah.
Oh, of
No,
course.
but here, Superwoman came in.
hold my
She was
turn.
not playing.
Okay, excuse me. Just wanted to use the restroom.
Yeah, you got the lady here in the black tank top. She like hands the drink over, but they both get dusted. So this lady's a good friend because she dragged them out like a tow truck. Started throwing hands. And I gotta say, impressive right cross down the pipe. Boom!
Came back.
Boom. Wait a
Fastest place.
Energy. Oh, and then closes the door.
Oh.
Oh my
Look, and she's
goodness.
still cussing. They gotta be
Man.
drunk.
Oh, for sure. First of all,
Now,
yeah, they
You
got
know the
boots on
greatest
at a
thing
Morgan
about this
Wallen
video
concert.
is?
Yeah.
You know what this greatest video is? I don't know if they wearing some kind of sporting bras or something like that, but every time you see a female street fight, you usually see some boobies or something.
Usually, I was yeah, they were impressively holstered.
Yep. I
Dave
was,
Sa-
holy smokes.
Dave South says wearing all white near a porta potty risky.
I mean, what about the chicken light blue?
I really feel bad for the one who was originally in there just to use the restroom.
She really, she's like,
Look,
I was just
look,
here.
Excuse
Look,
me.
she's like, I'm out.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
I was not here. I was not in the altercation,
You never
but
see her
it was.
Uh-oh. This is it right here. Look.
She came in grappling two girls at once.
Ooh.
She must have
Boom.
spikes
Solid
on the bottom
form,
of
too.
those things. Oh,
Solid form.
she's
Very
like, you want some?
Very impressive.
Whew. Tobin, have you been hearing about the Ronda Rousey rumors about her returning to the
Yeah,
UFC?
but I it's funny. My co-host on Tapped Out, Sean Levine, like he does this segment where like he'll just bring up topics, and I feel like he literally just saw this on Twitter like 2 months ago and
Yeah.
brought it up. I was like, that's not true. It's no way. But like, it just kept building up steam that she was making a comeback, supposedly at UFC 300.
Yeah.
Because her WWE contract's up now. And Dana White's like, nah, she's like, on to the next part of her life. I think if she does it, she's probably going to fight Misha Tate. I guess crazier things have happened. Sometimes in the fight world, things are kind of just thrown out, see what the interest is.
Then they build up.
What's the buzz?
Build some steam, and then
So I can't rule it out, but I don't think it's going to happen, Marco. She had Ronda had such a weird exit from the sport. She seemed
like love to hate it real quick, right?
Yeah, I felt, and I hate that about it because she's obviously such an important figure. I mean, women don't fight in the UFC without Ronda Rousey. Dana White was famously said never going to happen, and she basically dragged women into UFC, and now like the headline pay-per-views. Who doesn't know Amanda Nunes? Who doesn't know Valentina Shevchenko, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Rose Namajunas? These are some of the most fun. Zhang Wei Li, like these women are amazing. I'll watch them fight and be incredibly entertained, and that's a lot of that. I mean, all of it is thanks to Ronda. So there's part of me that like wishes she would get a swan song to like have a better exit and be more appreciated.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if she comes back, it'll be kind of a makeover. Like
I hope so.
What I mean?
Yeah, I hope so.
Wow. It's between her and who's it? Serrano?
Gina Carano?
Carano, yeah. Kind of. She's on the outs too, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she was
in Mandalorian.
She just was done after this. She fought Cyborg on CBS before that. That wasn't even in the UFC.
Right.
And then she went into movies and TV, and then was obviously had a successful role on Mandalorian.
She's out of that.
I know she's out of that. They didn't like her tweets. So,
man,
those damn tweets, man.
It's so hard to keep it. Like now, I'm starting to get that feeling about Connor.
Oh, Haseo says Dana should sign that lady from the video. You're not kidding.
Dude, I'm telling you, with a little training,
send her to ATT, tune her up.
Yeah,
she's got she got something going on there. I don't know.
I mean,
but anyway,
how many of them were drunk?
All of them. Except
the only one that got out and said, "Hold up."
Except the lady minding her business who just wanted to pee.
Right, but if somebody jumped the line and went in there and you didn't go in yourself, it probably meant you didn't need to cut the line because you could hold it.
Look, I mean, I don't know what's good. Look, country concerts can get debaucherous. I remember going to Chili Cook-Off way back in the day.
Well, that's not a country concert.
It is. What do you mean?
Come on, debauchery.
It's like Redneck Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I missed it. Let's bring it back. Come on, man.
You know what? That's a point.
Point for Tobin.
Schmiethan Schmolnick says Tobin is rounder Rousey.
Point for Twitcher.
Yeah, man. Like, but if you were gonna say like the worst place in a concert to get into a fight, Port-a-Potty. That's terrible.
I mean, and look, kudos to the event staff because those Port-a-Potties look pretty stable.
Definitely true. Definitely
they
true.
Even budge.
that guy, that one security guy, is like, let him figure it out. Let him figure it out.
Security.
He's like, I'm not getting involved in that. Smart move by him.
You know what? You can't be a male security guard and go and break up that fight.
No, just gotta let him work it out. Let him work it out. The one guy's like, no, please.
Putting the arm in.
That lady's like, no. You gotta grab him by the hair.
Oh, that's another girl. Another girl's holding her drink. Ooh. She ain't letting go.
Well, listen. That one lady got the takedown. Very impressive.
Well, look, it couldn't be about that. Look at this other lady just went right in the bathroom.
I like the one lady who's calm with the phone. She's like, listen, we've recorded all this. You are all about to go viral.
We're all done.
You guys are all about to get fired.
Back to your corners.
So we're clear. All right, we'll take a quick break. Hour Tua coming up next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Valoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Wow.
Sound like 2 Celsius.
Woo! Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 here on the program. Let's get some headlines, Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Banks. They'll venture out west this weekend and take on LAFC. 10 o'clock on Sunday for all you who want to see Messi bounce back and get back in the win column after their first.
Wait. Bounce back and get in the win column would give the assumption that they lost.
They didn't win.
So you can't, that's not a bounce back though.
Oh, sure it is, dude. For Messi, it is. Trust me when I tell you Messi left that pitch seething because Nashville played like a bunch of cowards. So trust me when I tell you Messi's coming back. LAFC, you're in trouble, dude. In trouble.
Isn't that who the owner played for?
No, he played for the LA Galaxy.
Oh, so there's 2 teams.
Incredibly, yes. If apparently LA needs 2 teams for everything. Even though their baseball team's a waste. It was pissed away 2 generational talents for no playoffs. Let's keep giving them 2
What about
teams.
the Dodgers?
I know, but why do they need 2 teams?
Right. But no, I'm saying like they have one. The Dodgers won recently, haven't they? Didn't they?
I understand, Leroy. I know, but when you have 2 teams, one of them's going to be a bum.
The Clippers of baseball?
Pretty much. Clippers, let's give $400 million to Paul George, to Kawhi. It'll work. Have they played together ever? No.
That's crazy.
No. Speaking of, by the way, you want to talk about a dream sold, right? I was perusing Twitter today.
Oh, boy.
Or X, whatever you want to call it. And our guy, Drew Starr, Heat Twitter MVP of the summer. Guy's been amazing. What do you what?
That is you, bro. It has to be you.
It's not me, dude. I don't have time to do this.
You got time to peruse everything else.
That's your burner account, I'm convinced.
It's not my burner account. I've gotten got by Drew Starr before.
Oh.
I've gotten got.
Exactly what you want me to
He's
think.
the one. Drew Starr's the one who got me to think that Kawhi Leonard was at a Chipotle in Aventura.
Was he not, though? We still don't know.
He was not. But he's the one who got me to think that. So, but he has been doing yeoman's work as far as listening to every podcast out there. And this is not a rumor take that I heard, but it has to do with Chris Mannix. And I got to say, if I could just describe Chris Mannix in one word, I think the word would be buffoon.
Didn't he sit next to us on Radio Row?
Our first one. He
Yeah.
was at the
when we had to watch when we had to watch in the that was the one we had to watch in the David Copperfield.
No, he was at the Kovalev, the first one you and I went to together. Kovalev Ward. He was sitting next to us. He was doing something for I don't remember what network. Who cares? But he is. If I were to break down NBA media, there's a Boston wing that's like a mafia, right? And you would say the leader of that mafia is Dopey Bill Simmons.
Yeah.
All right. But I would, I would say like Chris Mannix is like the
lieutenant.
dopey lieutenant who's out there, right?
Right.
He's also a boxing guy, so I cannot stress this enough. He's the worst live scorer I've ever watched on a boxing broadcast. And when I say the worst, I mean the worst. Does not know how to score a boxing match at all. At all. Does a decent podcast, but like, normally it's because he has good guests. This guy is a jackass when it comes to his NBA takes, okay? And I heard a take today, and I was flummoxed by it because, Leroy, where have the Miami Heat been the last 2 seasons?
Finals, Eastern Conference Finals,
right? Okay,
NBA Finals,
right. So I had to listen to this guy, and I guess I didn't have to listen. It ventured into my thumbs, but I had to listen.
That would have been my thought.
But I couldn't believe what I was. I thought that Drew.
Did you
Star,
fall for the header?
I thought Drew Star was pulling my leg again, like almost a Kawhi was a Kawhi at the Chipotle in Aventura, but it wasn't. I had to listen to the clip. Here it was, and this was Chris Mannix yesterday, or whenever his podcast was on his crossover podcast, which you can listen to on the Odyssey app. He listened to his take on the Heat if they don't get Damian Lillard.
Look, let's just say that Heat do nothing else, and they go into the season with the roster they currently have. Are they even a playoff team? I mean, they got in last year through the play
by the skin of their teeth.
By the skin of their teeth, and to their credit, steamrolled, into the finals. But they lost.
Side note:
their starting backcourt, 2 key guys. They lost Gabe Vincent. They lost Max Strus. They still have Kyle Lowry, but he's a year older, and as far as load management goes, he'd be a prime candidate for that. Jimmy Butler is a year older. Bam Adebayo still in his
Butler
prime.
Doesn't play full regular seasons. He doesn't.
No, doesn't play full regular season. So I look at this Miami Heat team, and I understand Heat culture is great. Eric Spoelstra, best coach in the NBA. Jimmy Butler, as clutch as they get. But in an 82-game regular season, I'd probably have them penciled into 10th in the Eastern Conference right now.
What? 10th? Leroy.
2 years ago, weren't they 1?
Yes. 10th. 10th.
He has send him some Jovic video.
Dude, are you look, I get you, Boston. You're quaking in your boots because the Heat, you don't want to get Damian Lillard because with this Gabe Vincent, who you guys all of a sudden are putting in the next now you are putting him next to Magic Johnson, even though you guys didn't even know who he was going into last year. I know you guys want to, do so much because you think Boston is so much higher above the Miami Heat. Even though they've gone to 3 Eastern Conference Finals and the Heat have won 2 of them and they were a shot away from winning all 3.
Yeah, a shot, yeah.
So I know that you think Boston is like leaps and bounds above the Miami Heat because you guys got Kristaps Porzingis. But for the love of God, stop treating, and I love these guys, but stop treating Max Strus and Gabe Vincent like they're all-stars, like the Heat didn't just find these guys and they won't do it again.
Hey.
Also, hold on. Also, Christopher, you happen to leave out let's just say your scenario happens. Let's take the name trade off the table. Take it off the table. You happen to be forgetting the fact that, let's just say your scenario happens. Let's say it does. Max Strus is replaced by Tyler Hero. And as much as I love Max Strus, handsome fella, friend of the show, made a parody song about him. He's not better than Tyler Hero. So in what realm, in what earth are you talking about that the Heat are going to be lucky that they're going to be 10th? Can we stop acting like the Miami Heat lost LeBron James and Chris Bosh? That's not what happened. It's not what happened. Okay? And if you don't think, Chris, that Eric Spoelstra is going to take whoever you give him, Jaime Jaquez, Thomas Bryant, Nikola Jovic, and make them oodles better And you guys are all going to be sitting here in March and in April and May and going, oh, Heat culture, they did it again.
Can I just?
I just Leroy.
I agree with everything you said, but don't let Christopher, as you call him, have you talking bad about your guys, right? I mean, Max Strus ain't did nothing.
It's fake love, though.
Gabe Vincent didn't do nothing, and he got you trashing them.
I don't mean to.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to.
Let's not act like the Heat didn't just find them in some couch cushions, okay? Like, that's where, like, nobody gave these guys a shot. You guys in the media didn't give them a shot going into the playoffs last year. Hooray for them. They got their money. Well-deserved. Happy for them.
Use a hooray.
Hooray for them, dude. But to have this joker, this buffoon, Chris Mannix, this sidekick, this appendix of the Boston NBA Media Mafia, try and take a whiz on the Miami Heat with Damian Lillard, without Damian Lillard. You're high as a kite. You're high as a kite. And J-Fig makes them, when they were here, they didn't treat them like they were all-stars. Now they're gone. Amazing. Gabe Vincent is the next coming of Magic Johnson.
Right.
Max Strus is going to be better than Kevin Love was in Cleveland. Let's stop.
J-Fig is right. But you can't then go and diminish them to make your point. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
But it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, his praise for them is not genuine.
He's trying to step on the team that competes with his team.
He is a fake and a snake. And I will not have his praise be there for Gabe Vincent and Max Strus because it's not genuine.
What's higher?
What?
Loose goose floozy or fake snake?
What's higher as far as what?
Yeah. I mean, however you want to put it.
Well, a goose flies, a snake crawls.
Okay. So
snake doesn't crawl.
Oh, that's true. Slither.
Yeah, he don't crawl. Don't you have to have elbows and arms to crawl?
Crucial. I'm not calling Gabe Vincent and Max Strus garbage.
But you're kind of diminishing your skill. You are. Dude, I tried to stop you, and you were so hot at going after Mannix that you just literally just trashed two of your guys.
He's never given these guys any kind of props, and now you're going to act like that's the difference between the NBA Finals and a 10th seed?
But you don't have to go there. Tobin.
What?
You don't have to stoop to his level and you trashing your own guys.
They're not my guys anymore. They're not my guys anymore.
Oh, my God.
They're not my guys anymore.
Oh, my
They're not my guys anymore.
Oh.
He's right. No, he's
They're
right.
not my guys anymore.
Gotta turn the page.
Stop it.
Oh, you gotta turn the page.
They're not my guys anymore. I love them. But they're not my guys anymore. And reality needs to set in. And by the way, every undrafted guy who leaves the Heat stinks. Like, so good for those guys. Take the money and run.
Oh my goodness.
But if you don't think, Chris,
why does another man have you treating?
Let me tell you something right now, dude. The only thing Damian Lillard is going to do for the Heat is solidify a trip to the NBA Finals. They might get there anyway. Chris, which is what you fear. It's what you lay at night in cold sweats thinking about. Oh, we got Porzingis and they got Dame. That's what you fear. But let me tell you something, dude. I will tell you right now, Nikola Jovic will be better than Kristaps Porzingis is this year. Better than he is. You want to know why? Because the Heat.
You didn't trade him for a box of Krispy Kremes?
Because the Heat decided to be so. They decided to be so. And we are coached by the greatest coach on earth, and you are coached by a buffoon in Missoula who wants to fight his own team. Nobody listens to him. Okay? That team was coached by Al Horford last year. And you think he's going to be something special. Not to mention, did you see Tyler Hero feeding Jason Tatum buckets on that one highlight that Chef Trilly put out on Twitter? So please, Chris Mannix, do me a favor, sir. And by the way, the other things that you're out here talking about, oh, Tyler Hero's going to be disgruntled. Tyler Hero, he's going to check the internet, Chris. Okay, maybe if you could take your Boston Celtics ostrich head out of the sand for a second, all right, and look on Twitter, you can see, where's Tyler Hero been lately? Oh, I don't know. He's been hobnobbing with Bam, working with Chris Quinn. Everybody is. You think that it's going to come in here and be a distraction, and it's not, dude. You have Jaime Jaquez, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo, Orlando Robinson, Hayward Highsmith, all working out together this week at the U, all working out together. So kumbaya there. Half of those guys are in trade rumors. Doesn't matter. Business as usual, dude. Maybe in Boston, it'll cause drama because you guys are just, that's what you live. That's Boston Celtics playpen. Drama this, drama that. Not the Heat. You know what they are, dude? Task at hand. I could sense you're exhausted with me.
I'm like, I need to save some energy. I'm just annoyed that you trashed Strus.
I didn't trash.
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't trash.
You had to diminish their abilities to make your point.
I needed to put them at the level they need to be at.
Dude.
And it's really not a case
During
of
last year,
no.
Did you ever do that?
No, but they were my guys.
You're exhausting.
And I didn't trash them. All I did was like, let's calm down a little bit. Just calm down.
I've never said that to you.
Let's calm down a little bit.
How many times have I said that to you? And have you?
Don't you think it's a little disingenuous?
No, you
Don't you think it's a little disingenuous?
No, I'm asking you a question. I say that to you all the time. Calm down. Too much. Have you ever done it?
No.
Then why the hell you expect somebody else to who does the same crap you do?
Just ridiculous.
Welcome to my world. I cannot believe you are sitting here for 10 minutes going off on somebody and telling them to relax when you do a show with a guy every day that tells you that once a day.
Guarantee this Chris Mannix is going to have the Sixers above the Heat. They don't even know who's going to play for him this year. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Marcos, how can a 230-pound black man be invisible? I just made my comments. He just kept going.
Don't you think it's a little disingenuous?
Yes, he just kept going. Hey, this is the opposite of Skip Bayless.
You did. We'll take a break.
You did. Yes.
I don't think I did.
I tried to stop you. You say, hold on, because I wanted the point to be fresh that you're trashing.
Come on, let's not like. I love those guys.
Nobody's acting that way.
No, he did. He's acting like they lost Ray Allen and LeBron James, and they didn't. That's not what happened. Let's be real about it. Let's be. You're a journalist, aren't you, Chris? Aren't you allegedly a journalist?
I'm gonna talk to you. There are times during the course of the year where he gets carried away with praise, and I'll say, "Calm down, right? Calm down. Too much. Calm down." And then 6 months later, he acts as if he never did those things.
I don't know what he's referring to there.
Oh,
I don't know what he's referring to.
What?
I don't know what you're referring to.
How many days did we come in here? Strus went 5 for 8, and you go, that Max Strus.
I love Leroy. I love Max Strus. Okay, I love Max Strus. Love him. Love him. We made a song for him. He loved the song. His dad loved the song. His dad followed me on Instagram. We didn't lose Ray Allen. Okay.
I understand that.
There's more of a chance.
If you lost Duncan, would you be losing Ray Allen? Because he did something right.
He is really good. He is really good.
Okay, I'm just listening. I'm trying to figure out for future reference.
That being said, do you know what? Duncan Robinson lost his job to Max Strus because that's what the Heat do.
So what do you? So then what do you say about Max Strus?
Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's more likely that Cole Swider turns into the next Max Strus than the Miami Heat suffer the loss of Max Strus.
Who?
Exactly.
No,
exact. He's the guy. He's a 10-day invite into camp. Who's like the Lakers shooter. But it's more likely. Leroy, let me ask you something. What's more likely? Do you think that Adam Simon, Heat front office, scouted another guy who's going to be an amazing shooter, or the Miami Heat will suffer the loss of Max Strus? What do you think is more likely?
Oh, more likely they'll find somebody.
They'll just find somebody else because that's what they do.
I know, but it's still back to my
point. It doesn't take away. No. I know what you're saying. It doesn't take away with how handsome Max Strus is. Or, I mean, nothing will take away with how handsome Gabe Vincent is. Let me tell you something. Gabe Vincent's not even going to remember Us. We were interviewing Gabe Vincent when nobody wanted to interview Gabe Vincent.
You know why he ain't gonna remember us? Because them checks gonna say Lakers, and they're gonna say a lot of money.
He's not gonna remember us, so I'm not gonna remember him. And so what I want to be clear here is
so now you're saying this is Gabe Vincent's fault. You're the worst. Dude, you are impossible. So now you just put this whole conversation with Chris Mannix on Gabe Vincent because you said he ain't gonna remember us.
No, it's not.
He got hit with a stray. He didn't do nothing.
J-Fig's giving me a -1 for sass.
Yes.
I don't think I deserve it.
-1 for sass.
She also said she'll remember him.
I know she will. But how pissed is J-Fig going to be when he goes on, KLAC, whatever the hell their sports radio station is out there, and he's hobnobbing with their video producer J-Fig. Not going to be happy, are you?
Whoa!
Not going to be happy, are you? He's going to forget us.
Damn, dude.
Dude, you have listen. Here, let's do this. Let's keep your anger focused on the right person.
Right.
Because now all of a sudden you just start going off on Gabe Vincent. He's done nothing. He's just sitting there getting his hair braided.
You're right.
And you just lost your mind on Gabe Vincent.
You're right.
This is about Chris Mannix.
Being
Let's
a
just
buffoon.
continue to talk about him. Let's keep other people out to make your point. Because you put Gabe Vincent and Max Strus in a category just to make your point. That's not fair to them.
Mannix, you're the worst boxing scorer I've ever seen on television.
Here
the
we go.
Worst, dude. Harold Letterman rolling over in his grave. Okay, Jim. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Back to you. The worst, dude. You barely know that it's a 10-9.
Hey, Marcos. What? Can I ask you a question? You are really taking your family to a football game?
Oh, I can't wait, dude.
Man.
Can I ask you a question? Who do you, if I'm not with you, who do you run these things by? Tommy?
No, I mean, he just agrees with me with whatever we want.
I know.
So you're hitting takes to Tommy the whole time like this.
And I know you ain't doing this to D because she'll just look at you with the stupid look. She's like, enough. Right? So, like, what do you do when you have this all pent up? I know what he does. He hits us up in the chat. Right? That's where it comes. Yeah.
He comes out firing on the show prior to the game. That's what gets it all out.
Dude, you have really look.
I'm just saying with Chris Mannix, like, have some respect. Say they're gonna be a 6 seed, okay? Like, have some respect for yourself. 10 seed. Just back after this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
This time he's shooting and hits those bombs from downtown. Gotta pass to Max Strus. He will start to get loose.
The Hurricane
It's our number 2 with Tobin and Leroy.
Gibson looking to throw, end zone, intercepted. Cam Kitchens, and
Come
he
on,
might take
baby.
this one all the way.
Make
Kitchens
history.
at the 30. He's at the 40. Midfield. Kitchens at the 40 of Georgia Tech to the 20, 15. Kitchens to the 10, to the 5, and he takes it all the way home for a Miami touchdown. Cam Kitchens with his 3rd interception of the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. You want to get your hair cut by the Canes and Finn's Barber? We've got your chance to freshen up your look with Steven Rivera, the barber to the athletes. Enter now at WQM.com/contest. Get to a training camp update here, which is brought to us by our friends over at Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of their over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Maybe they could send Chris Mannix there so he can stop talking basketball. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Yesterday, the Dolphins gave an extension to Alec Ingold, so good for him. Did you see what apparently Omar was saying that the Colts were asking for? So apparently he got some more deets on this, and that they're, if I understand this correctly, their asks were either Waddle in a second, Wilkins in a second, or Robert Hunt in a second.
What?
I that's what they want. They wanted not only a star player, or
is Robert Hunt?
He's not a star. I mean, Robert Hunt's probably the one, but like we're screwed without him. I mean, we don't have another guy to play his position.
Right.
I would have given him. Wilkins is like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And then Waddle.
First two are laughable.
Waddle in a second. Ridiculous.
I mean, but
Wilkins, I can at least say, all right, we're at a contract impasse for impasse. So I don't want to trade him, but like, all right, the Waddle thing just made me insane yesterday with Ursa.
I would say this, okay? This has the feeling of exactly what Chris Greer does, right? He'll kick the tires on anything, knowing before it even starts that this is what I'm willing to do for it, and if not, I'll move on, right? So, yeah, was he in trade discussions? Yeah. Well, the same thing went for Indianapolis. We'll throw him out there. This is what we want. If somebody give it to us, we'll take it. If not, no bigs. And so that's not a real negotiation because they never went back and forth because all I've been hearing is this is what Irsay said he wanted, take it or leave it. So,
yeah.
And not to mention for a player who's hurt.
Player who's hurt, players going on there, or give us one of your starters and a second-round pick.
And a player that you're going to have to pay.
I don't even know if I want him anymore because I got Chris Brooks. That guy's a moose.
You don't want him.
He's a moose, dude.
Which is funny because of the three of us, somebody was saying it all along.
Yeah, me. So I was saying, like, Chris Brooks is a moose, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, I get it now, Leroy. I understand why you you
What?
feel you do.
Dude.
What? Problem?
Yeah, you. What are you on today?
No. We're friends. What's wrong, buddy?
No, what are you on today? Because you're a different level of annoying.
I don't know. It's Friday. Going to
You
the game
have.
tonight.
I mean, Marcos, would you agree? He's on a new level today.
Look, man, he's getting into okay. He's getting into Canes bro mood. You know, we gotta
Canes bro mode.
You gotta be you gotta be confrontational.
I got a feeling this year TVD's gonna put it all together. We got Cam Kitchens, best DB in the country. All right, he's a ball hawk rate. Not only that, we're the only ones focused on the ACC right now. Clemson, they're not focused. Florida State, they wish they were in the SEC. Sounds like two teams not ready to win a conference, if you ask me. Mario Cristobal has his trenches built out together. We got this, dude.
I will say this, though, about Florida State. they're in one of the same boats as Michigan. They got almost everybody returning, right? Including a pretty good quarterback. So it's not,
Okay.
I can see if people are thinking a certain way about Florida State. However, you're gonna find out a lot going into Death Valley. You're gonna find out a lot this Sunday.
For sure. And let me just tell you something right now.
With Kelly and his family.
And then what I would say, Florida State, is don't lose.
That's hard to say with a top 5 team.
Don't talk all this smack. Be disgruntled about being in the conference and go in there and lose. Don't lose.
Marcos,
don't lose.
I'm talking to you because I can't talk this unreasonable today.
All right.
But if you had to make that declaration, wouldn't it be to the higher ranked team?
Yeah, like Florida State.
So if you're saying the Florida State don't lose, Florida State is ranked 8th.
I don't care. Don't be in here disgruntled about what your conference is doing. Then all of a sudden you're going to whine and cry. Oh, we don't want to be in the ACC anymore. We don't want this. We don't want. All right, then don't lose.
Florida State is ranked 8th and LSU is ranked 5th. Shouldn't we be saying that to LSU?
No, because LSU is completely content in the conference.
And they're playing at home.
Florida State's making a stink, dude. So don't
let
lose.
me get this straight.
Yep.
You're saying about a team that's going to play a top 5 team at their home place that they better not lose?
Well, it's not at home. It's at Camping World.
It's closer to Florida State.
Which, by the way, everybody, hold on to your ACLs.
Oh, okay.
It is a tiny place.
Hold on to your ACL.
That place is dangerous, dude.
It is.
Dangerous grass. They never figure it out.
They do the
Buffoon.
They do that, and they do the Bethune the classic there, yeah.
Yeah, but they also do
I remember going there, and it's not a big place. It's not a big stadium.
Well,
unless are they doing it in
no, it's a Camping World.
Camping World? Yeah, that's not a big place.
No, it's what the Citrus Bowl used to be.
Right.
I
think I played in the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, it's definitely. I tell you what, it's not sponsored by grass. You want to talk about Death Valley? More ligaments have gone to that stadium to die than anybody else.
Dude, you
very strange choice.
Hey, why wouldn't they play it like Jacksonville?
Yeah, or like Raymond James or something like that.
I don't know. You guys are asking good questions. I guess Camping World throws out a lot of shekels.
They don't want that many people at the game.
Nah, he's right. It has to do with money. It has to.
It has to be a money thing.
Because it's Camping World Stadium and it's Camping World, sponsoring the game.
Isn't like Chick-fil-A? Don't they usually sponsor the opening game? Like, isn't that like a big thing?
That's in Atlanta, though.
Chick-fil-A can sponsor whatever they want to. It doesn't have to.
But Atlanta, remember?
Although it is a Sunday game, it'd be a little ridiculous. They're closed.
Yes. Isn't that crazy? No, but Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A Bowl, the Peach Bowl is in Atlanta. I think that's where Chick-fil-A is headquartered.
Hold on. Let me see if on the scores they say what this game is brought to us by that the kids won't get the money for.
Camping World.
It is actually brought to you by, it's the Camping World Kickoff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where is Camping World?
Right off of the Turnpike.
It is.
How do they have
Somewhere
so
up
much
there.
money to like sponsor games in the state?
I don't think I've ever gone to a camp. I've been to a Bass Pro Shop. I don't think I've ever been to a Camping World.
It's either off of that. It's right off the highway. I remember seeing it. It's in Orlando, I think.
No, but is there only one Camping World?
I don't know.
No. The headquarters is in Illinois, so I'm assuming in Florida alone there's 2. I didn't know.
I mean, it's enough. How big of a lot do you need to have campers?
But what I'm thinking is like, how do they have so much money that they're able to?
People love.
See all these. Some of these RVs run you $1.5 million.
Yeah,
actually, yeah, there's quite a bit.
Bro, how nice an RV is Sealer going to get now?
Woo. His wife told him no.
No, but he's got the contract. Listen, she's going to get a great house, and now he's going to get whatever RV he wants. That's just how it's going to work.
He's going to have to get a bigger house because you can't just be parking those things anywhere.
Schmiethan says Tobin keeps his world travels to the International House of Pancakes. With Tickle Leroy's Fancy next.
WQAM.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to tickle Leroy's Huntsy.
My fancy.
First, want to let you guys know we got your chance to win a photo op and autograph from Panther star Matthew Tkachuk on Sunday, September 10th at Hollywood Collectibles on Sterling Road in Dania. To enter this contest, text the word hockey to 20357. Text hockey to 20357, and your name is in the rink. If you don't want to go to if you do want to go to the event, if you don't win and you still want to go, you can get more info at hollywoodcollectibles.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Somehow I feel like the Celsius is making my tongue move faster than I can handle. Anyway, Leroy
is.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm geeked up, dude. It's a Friday. It's a Canes game day. Woo!
Yeah, let's not forget that.
You ready to get your fancy tickled?
I'm ready.
All right, dude. Let's go to tonight. The Miami Hurricanes open up their season 7 o'clock against Miami of Ohio. Our pregame coverage gets going at 3 o'clock. Danny Rabinowitz and Brian Monroe right here on QAM. Leroy, does the Canes home opener, season opener, tickle your fancy?
Yes, it does.
Fancy
I'm curious to see what steps they're going to, what improvements they're going to make this year just as an overall team, how they do things, how they play defense. The offensive scheme is going to be totally different than last year. How these young players are going to get better. Van Dijk, is he going to be healthy? Lot of questions. I'm looking forward to seeing the first installment of this new team.
Leroy, tonight at 7:05, the Marlins take on the Nationals. Yuri Perez on the hill. Tickle your fancy?
You playing with my emotions right now.
Tickle your fancy, Marlins?
No, I'll be watching the Canes, baby. No disrespect to the
Fancy.
Marlins.
Tickled.
I might go back and forth, but my attention is going to be on the Canes.
I can understand that. I
just need to see the overall, like, I want to see, before I start going to how each player played, I want to see how the overall team plays, because that's going to give you a better indication of where they're moving, where, as far as the dumb mistakes, the penalties, the, whether they gang tackle, whether they run the football well, whether they, just all that stuff first starts as a unit. Then I'll look at the individual players.
Fair enough, Leroy. Coming up tomorrow at noon.
Mm-hmm.
The number 2 Michigan Wolverines host East Carolina on Peacock. Tickle your fancy?
My fancy will be tickled as I imagine what the game would look like.
My fancy is tickled.
I don't know if I'm going to actually see the game. Evidently, I have Peacock. I went and looked at my TV.
All right.
So I'll probably check it out. But I got to tell you, look, no disrespect to Peacock or any of these streaming devices. I like perusing through the channels on Saturday and watching a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If I got to get out of my TV and then go to a streaming service, it makes it more difficult to go back and forth. So if you're streaming a game, that's the only game you can really watch.
You peruse, you lose.
Yeah, I see that. And who are they playing? East Carolina? Come on.
Leroy, also at noon, number 17 TCU hosts Colorado in Coach Prime's debut as head coach.
It'll be interesting. My fancy's tickled for this reason.
My fancy is tickled.
We talking about Deion Sanders, prime time, right?
Yep.
That man ain't been a 20-point dog in nothing.
I know.
That's what I'm curious to see how this is going to be handled.
That's
a
crazy.
20-point underdog for anything associated with Deion Sanders.
Crazy.
Right.
At 3:30, Leroy, the Ohio State Buckeyes visit Indiana.
Fancy.
Moving on.
Tickled.
Number 1 Georgia hosts something called UT Martin at 6 o'clock.
University of Tennessee Martin, I've heard of them. They're right next to Middle Tennessee, who came down and beat Miami.
I mean,
You asked for it. I'm curious to see how the new quarterback matches up to Stenson last year.
Oh yeah, that guy was at Georgia for a high. He was like Lou Headley.
Yeah, but I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see. There's a few teams that have a new quarterback. If it wasn't Ohio State, if it was anybody else, I'd be curious to see how what the new quarterback looks like. But if it's Ohio State, I don't care, right? But Georgia, I want to see how their team looks. They got players, but that quarterback, there's going to be points in the season where you're not going to be playing well, and your quarterback need to pick you up. So I want to see if they have that guy.
Leroy, we just saw a magical run for this team in basketball, but FAU hosts Monmouth at 6 o'clock. ESPN Plus. Hoot, hoot. Take your fancy? Owls, Leroy. Taking on Monmouth. 6 o'clock. ESPN Plus.
Fancy.
Moving on.
Old.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
Also, a half hour later, down the road, FIU hosts Maine at 6:30.
Maine got a football team?
Maine got a football team.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Fancy.
Look, it's week 1. There's going to be some good football games. I don't need to see all of them.
Fair enough. What about number 23, Texas A&M hosting New Mexico at 7 o'clock, Leroy? I know you got some relations there.
I'll be perusing. I'll check it out. More importantly, the Canes play them next week.
Canes playing next week, a little scouting.
Yep, do a little scouting. And the other thing is that they were horrible last year. So let's not forget that.
Leroy, if you want to venture off football for a little bit tomorrow at 3 o'clock, UFC Paris gets going. Cyril Gane takes on Sergey Spivak in a heavyweight main event.
Can't say that I will. And
Fancy.
honestly,
Gold.
nah. Middle of the day.
Well, I think at that time the main event will probably go off at like
what's the
6.
time? What's the time change there?
I think it's 5 hours, 5-6 hours. They're ahead of us, I would guess.
Okay, so I mean, I would venture 6 hours.
Yeah, it is currently 5:53 in Paris.
Damn. That's not too bad. That's not too bad when my wife goes over there.
And finally, Leroy, does number 4 Alabama hosting our old friends at Middle Tennessee State tickle your fancy? 7:30.
No, but why you ain't give me the Sunday game? You say finally.
We talked.
Florida State is playing LSU.
Tickle your fancy?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I can't believe you mentioned Alabama. Although I will say this, I mentioned like 3 or 4 teams that have like either had a Heisman Trophy winner or a candidate or was really good. Of all those quarterbacks that lost quarterback, Stetson was the worst, right? Fair to say? And they won the national championship. So I'm curious to see. First of all, nobody knows who's going to be the quarterback at Alabama yet.
Stetson was a fine college quarterback. When you say worse, you mean like
saying.
NFL talent?
No, I'm not saying that. Tim Tebow was great in college. What are we saying? No, I'm talking about at that level. But it's curious to see. You have these powerhouse teams that have a new quarterback. So I want to see how this plays out. So I might just take a little gander at Alabama to see what the hell they do. Now, against Middle Tennessee State, here's what sucks. They might play all 3 of them. And you're still not going to know.
Must be nice. Well, listen, don't sleep, Alabama. At Middle Tennessee State, they got some fast guys.
That dude didn't have more yards in the other games he played all year than he had against Miami.
It's incredible.
Think about that.
He humbled a fan base.
Yeah.
I actually haven't recovered, if I had to be honest. I still have not recovered.
I mean, what was worse, that or losing to FIU?
Somehow I explained this yesterday. That FIU loss is the worst, but that was the most humbling.
Right, because it would be the equivalent to Michigan losing to Eastern Michigan, which is right around the corner.
I mean, it was the equivalent to Michigan losing Appalachian State.
It was 16 years ago, dude.
Happened.
Okay, great. You want to line up? You want to line up bad losses?
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to make them a fake narrative. Like, we have an example of reality that happened. Everybody remembers that.
16 years ago?
People don't forget.
16 years ago. Marcos, you went
Leroy,
to high school.
if I bring up Appalachian State, you think of two things: beating Michigan and Luke Combs. I mean, those are the things you think about.
I actually don't even think of the second one.
Stop. Oh, this. I hate you guys. What are we doing? 16 years ago.
Block field goal. People don't forget.
A block field goal.
Take a quick break. Back with more after this.
Not the same question, but the real Miami is where? In Coral Gables or
no, Oxford, Ohio.
Because you're around longer, you're just.
No, I just think we'll show them September 1st.
It's time. Bass is gonna blow your mind.
From the shotgun, dropping the throw. Van Dyke has it, fires. Restrepo's got it on the far sideline. He's at the 40. He's down to the 30, 25. Restrepo stays on his feet to the 15 and dives down to the 10-yard line. Oh, buffoon took me.
Mix up, cap. Mix up, cap. Mix up, cap.
Van Dyke waits for the snap. Here comes back. Looks right. Fires toward the end zone. Young has got it for a touchdown. What a catch by Colby Young. His second touchdown of the season. 17 yards for the touchdown.
Chris, I don't do research when it comes to the Canes. I put on the turnover chant and I walk around with swag and I throw up the U and I say that Leroy is a hater. That's what I always say.
Who's going to make a big play for the Canes defense? Here's a fake toss to Herbert. Hooker looking to throw the ball deep out there. It's intercepted by Corey Couch. Couch makes the interception, does a cartwheel on the field, and then runs off the field and jumps into the arms of DJ Skate.
Second one. Until we make you say, oh yeah. Who all the ladies in the house, let me say, oh yeah. All the fellas in the house, let me
Ah, baby. Canes opener tonight. Looking forward to getting down there. Hard Rock Stadium. Taking on the Dead Hawks. You're dead to me. Miami of Ohio.
You know, if we had a collection of all the people you said that about,
be a morgue.
You're dead to me.
Or a graveyard.
Yep. Tobin's Take Cemetery.
I like it.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Tobin.
Great job on the newsletter.
Leroy. Thank you, guys.
Wow.
It was like playing Tetris.
Side note.
What's that?
It's like I said, hello, Tobin.
Okay.
Leroy.
Because he said it. Let me get to all of you. Hello, Marcos.
Oh, hello.
Hello, YouTube and Twitch.
Headline: Errol Spence. He has invoked his rematch clause.
I
He
saw that.
is going to fight Terrence Crawford again, likely at 154 pounds.
Yikes.
I don't know if that's going to help him.
Where did they fight at last time?
147.
I got to tell you. Yeah. I would just said, hey, give me 10 million and go fight Canelo.
The old step aside fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys they tried doing that with Deontay, with Tyson Fury. They tried to give him a step aside fee for AJ. He didn't take it. Almost beat Tyson Fury in the third fight. You know, he did. Put him down hard. Tyson Fury's just a moose.
Tyson Fury's been knocked down. He knocked Tyson Fury down 4 times in those 3 fights.
I know.
And it didn't matter.
Tyson Fury's a giant. It's a giant.
It's a giant.
It's a giant.
It's an actual giant.
Yeah.
It's a giant.
Let's see. The Dolphins, they're off today. They will get, I think the weekend off. I don't think they're back till Monday. So McCochin, give them a little time off. You know, a lot of people say McCochin is kind of a nerd, right? Kind of a thing that's thrown out there. I don't think that. I think he's cool. I like his vibe. Have you guys seen
basically he basically talks like young Sheldon.
No, that's not fair. He's got a swag to him, you know. I think he dresses well.
Are you saying that young Sheldon is?
I honestly have never seen Young Sheldon. I think I've watched one episode of Big Bang Theory in my life.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Not a fan.
Okay.
I've watched some other shows with that Kelly Cuoco.
Last time you guys corrected me on her last name, so I'm not even gonna try.
Whatever her last name is. I've seen some other shows with her that she's been good in.
She started in Charmed.
Did she?
Yeah.
Never watched Charmed either.
She was a cousin.
But you guys see this new coach for the Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon?
Who?
He's the new coach of the Cardinals. He was defensive coordinator for the Eagles last year.
Yeah, they lost both of their coordinators.
Well, I don't know what the Cardinals are doing here, but they've put out a clip, and this is just a bad job. Well, not only are they tanking, apparently their social media team is tanking.
Okay.
They put out a clip of this guy giving a speech to his team,
and he makes no sense.
It may be the worst I've ever seen. This guy is just I don't know.
Welcome back.
Maybe that's
so bad.
Who drove over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus?
12?
Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast. Be who you are. Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
Wow, this proves to the thing that you could put that music under anything and it's not going to make it awesome. Because what the hell was that?
They did that to cover it up.
Wait, maybe here.
What?
You're missing the facts about this. They may have filmed this guy for like 3 weeks.
I know.
And that was the best they could come up with.
That's the best.
So in fact, they probably did a really good job.
Who took the bus?
Yeah, like why did he start off? You can't start off with who took the bus and I want bleeping killers.
Who drove here?
No, he goes, hey, you want to take the bus? Who took the bus?
What just happened?
Did you get here with the fire in your gut?
Okay.
Back.
That was very intimidating.
Right. Look,
Who
they're looking
drove
at him
over
like,
here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut?
What?
We just stop for a second. Like, what? You can't say, "Do you have fire in your gut?" but also awkwardly be looking down at the ground at people.
Yes, I was about to say that.
I would see.
Look at me in the eye when you say that.
Here's why some coaches didn't like me.
What is going on?
Because I would have raised my hand and would like, do bubble guts count?
Exactly. I was gonna say he sounds like me checking on my son. Like, you okay? You got a little fire in your gut? Do you?
Colic?
You're a little. That
Welcome
was
back.
so strange.
Who drove over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus?
Everyone looks so unamused. It's
Did
great.
you have fire in your gut?
What is that? Is that?
That's my favorite face.
That guy does not have fire in his gut.
No.
He's just like,
He said, I'm about to.
he's like, I want to pull the fire alarm to get out of here.
It's like it's in my gut that you're gonna get fired, dude. What is going on?
Did you? We're here for a reason.
Did you?
Don't get that twisted.
What?
Okay, we're here for a
And then
reason
why
to
you
win
go all
games.
hood right in the middle of it? Don't
If
get
you
that.
didn't have
Don't
that
get
fire in your gut,
twisted.
you better light the fire pretty fast. Be who you are. Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
Do you think this? Oh, here's the thing.
Nobody can take him serious.
Here's the thing. Okay, so is this guy going to be awful, or is this like a Nick Sirianni thing because he comes from the Sirianni tree? Because remember how bad Sirianni's first press conference was?
Yeah. It's just
So
awkward. Yeah.
is it like that? Like,
Here, there's
No.
a here and here's what people need to understand. There is a difference in talking to a room full of offensive guys and then talking to a whole team. Right? It's just different. You have more interaction with your offensive players because you may be the offensive coordinator or whatever. So they understand you. They understand. But defense is a little bit different, right? Like Mike McDaniel couldn't coach defense. Vic Fangio's a defensive guy, right? That just they're two different animals there. So to be a guy that has to relate to everybody, you got to find a way to do that. And sometimes coaches can't do it. That right there, if I was in that room, I'd be asleep.
Who drove over here?
Look, nobody,
Quick,
they
raise
ain't
your
paying
hands. Who
attention.
took
Look
the
at the
bus?
guys over there.
No one
You have fire in your gut?
No one raised their hand.
Anybody got the bubble guts?
Yeah, look.
You know what? I think I know what's happening here. I understand. This is Impractical Jokers. I think I recognize it. If I'm not mistaken, this is an Impractical Jokers bit.
Do you think that, like, so if I were to watch the full episode of whatever the hell this is that the Cardinals are doing,
YouTube,
am I to believe that, like, there's more goods in there?
No. First of
Now
all,
I have to find out.
First of all, it's the Cardinals. Did anybody in there look interested?
No.
So why in the hell would you be interested?
I don't think I could
Kyler
do
Murray,
three.
Kyler Murray was in the back just playing Call of Duty. He goes,
No, he's rehabbing.
Fire in the gut, coach. I got
He's
you.
rehabbing.
And who are they starting? It's Josh Dobbs and who was the other guy? Never heard of him because they got rid of Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy would have had fire in his gut if you would have asked him.
Oh yeah,
I got that fire, coach.
Clear eyes, full heart.
Usually there's somebody that raised their hand. Who you got that fire? There's usually a guy that
Oh yeah.
or some over enthusiastic guy. Hell yeah, coach, I got it. And then they'll be like, "Sat your ass down."
It's kind of suck to be like like if you're an undrafted free agent, you got to kiss that guy's ass. You're like, yes, coach.
So see, the way to make the team is not through the head coach.
Position coaches?
Yeah. Nobody can fight for you more than your position coach.
Do you gotta do you bring them like a box of muffins or something? Like, how do you kiss their ass?
No, you can't do it that way. Breakfast is like, meals are catered. If you bringing muffins, ain't gonna do nothing.
I would bring a half moon empanadas. I would get a leg up.
That's what you think they bringing Vic Fangio?
Vic Fangio. I don't know. You think Vic Fangio has messed around with empanadas yet down here? You think Vic Fangio?
I think he's got a coffee and a donut stick. You don't like the donut stick with no sugar on it.
Plain stick?
Yeah, the plain
Donut stick.
Yeah, Zaslow loved the plain stick. I thought it was weird. It was like, that's my favorite. I love the plain stick.
Right. Now they came out with different ones. Some place had blueberry stick. I like those. It's just like the sour cream donut, basically what a stick is. But yeah, I don't like. You know what I tell you? I don't like Bavarian cream.
Sheldon sounds smart, according to Karen. He says Sheldon sounds smart. McDaniel sounds confused while putting together sentences.
But I tell you what, no. Here's the problem. McDaniel is one of those people that tries to answer your follow-up question in the original answer.
The other thing
it sounds like he's all over the place, but in his mind, he's thinking of what the follow-up question would be and try to hit it before you ask.
Dolphin Kid says Fangio eats empanadas, chases it down with some Pepto. The old love chasing things with Pepto.
He eat an antacid every morning.
We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
time for South Florida Lexus Dealers 15 minutes of game day uncensored.
Let's go! Sponsored by South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experienced amazing.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Hey, Leroy, can we get a weather update from the DeBesman and Dover law firm? YourAccentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Heading over to the window plex. Oh, got some tangled wires here. Don't want to get disconnected. You know how that sounds. Hold on. We need people to keep the studio clean. All right, there we go. It's partly cloudy. Winds are a little calmer than they were yesterday. I'd still say around 10, 15 miles an hour. Clouds are moving my right to left, so they're coming out of the east. And I would say it's right around 90 degrees. Although I would say the last few days, the humidity has been down a little bit because it's felt a little bit cooler, even though it's still been hot as hell.
How do you do, Marcos?
Pretty good as usual. 92 degrees. I think that's like 2 off from where he said. Partly cloudy at the moment. They do have scattered thunderstorms throughout the day, but like Leroy says, that's every day.
Every day.
Winds northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour.
By the way, Team USA in FIBA World Cup today, they win 85-73 over Montenegro, who has, of course, Nikola Vucevic.
I know that.
That only matters if he was playing the Heat.
Oh, exactly. Dude. You're not wrong. The next time if you want to see Nikola Jovic in action this weekend, I believe he is playing Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Serbia is playing the Dominican Republic, so it'll be Nikola Jovic against Grandma Arms. His cat's on the DR.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Have that up.
Isn't that where dude from the Celtics is too? The old guy, old center.
Horford.
Isn't that Horford for DR?
I think he is. I don't know if he's on this team.
Okay.
I don't know if he's playing for this team. I think he, based on the Celtics last year, he might be coaching. Player coach last year. No, but USA won today. They will play Lithuania coming up on Sunday at 8:40.
I have like 5 of those batteries somewhere.
What?
Keep it moving.
Just keep it moving, dude. Keep it moving.
Finally, JP got it. Hey, come on.
-1.
If you didn't get it right away, now come on.
-1.
Show poniness.
Leroy, I love you.
Come on. All right.
For show poniness.
Luis says that Jovic was pedestrian today against Italy. I know. Listen, we're trying to tell him to temper it down a little bit. We don't want the expectations. We don't want everybody, buzzing in on him for trade talks and like a bunch of vultures. So when he scores, when he puts up, a meek 5 points last night, we're not trying to win. By the way, I got to tell you,
you said he was off the table.
No, he is off the table.
Then who cares?
Well, I'm telling you this. It's like Bogdanovich. I'm telling you right now, the vibe off that team, a ball hog. He doesn't want to see the young bull flourish. So you got to be wondering, what does Bogdanovich got to do with this? He doesn't want him going out there flourishing too much. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind.
You are something special.
What?
You just are.
How
so? You want him. First of all, if he had played like this the whole tournament, you'd have been on me for saying he was any good.
No.
Now that he is, you want him to temper it down?
No, it's just like it's Bogdanovich, dude. I'm telling you, he doesn't like the shine. He could just tell. You could just tell the vibes off of it. Bogdanovich is very jealous of Jovic. Very jealous. Plus, you got that division rivalry as well. Hawks Heat. It's a wonder they could even get along.
I think they're fighting for Kristoslav.
But like, if I had to guess as to the reason for Jovic's struggles, it's definitely on Bogdanovich.
Jeez.
You know,
I think you're onto something.
I think so. I think so.
I think you're on something, not on to something.
Why?
I think you're on something.
All right, man. I mean, like, listen.
Listen.
He's got player of
You
the
have
game
been
the last.
off your rocker all day today.
He's won player of the game the last 2 games for Serbia. All of a sudden, Bogdanovich leads them in scoring, and what do you think happens?
He got the orange jersey.
Bogdanovich was out here and he goes, "Oh, I don't like Nikola Jovic getting all shine. This is Bogey's team." What do you know? Tries to go and be a ball hog. They don't win the game.
You ever know? All you guys sound the same.
No. Way different, dude. Way different. But listen, I can't do it again because we got to take a break and we got You Dead to Me coming up next.
You're dead to me.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, you want to get your hair cut by the Canes and Dolphins barber? We've got your chance to freshen up your look with Steven Rivera, the barber to the athletes. Enter now at WQAM.com/contests. Also, I'll let you know we got your chance to win a photo op and an autograph from Panther star Matthew Tkachuk on Sunday, September 10th at Hollywood Collectibles on Sterling Road in Dania. To enter the contest, text the word hockey to 20357. Text hockey to 20357, and your name is in the rink. If you don't win, you still want to go to the event. More info is available at HollywoodCollectibles.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Let's bury some people. I think you guys know, based off of my rant earlier in the show, Chris Mannix. You know, this guy going forth and having the audacity to say that the Miami Heat barely a 10 seed, barely 10th in the East if they come back the way that they are. It's a wonder why the Celtics just continue to welcome this pain and surprise. It's almost like a little kid who believes in the boogeyman but doesn't want to acknowledge it. They think if they close their eyes, he can't see them. I think that's what it's like. Jimmy Butler, he haunts Chris Mannix in his closet, and he's like, if I don't look, he won't come and get me. He's going to, dude. It doesn't matter. The places, the pieces, it doesn't matter. So your points were stupid. Most of them usually are, and you're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
Leroy?
I'm going to do a general PSA of who's dead to me. Tobin, you and your family are getting ready to go.
Please finish that.
You and your family are getting ready to go to a football game to have a good time. And every time you go to a sporting event, a concert, or something, there's the knuckleheads that don't allow everybody else who went to have a good time to have a good time. Whether it's burning 6 cars, whether it's getting in a fight, right? Make it terrifying to go to a game, because now there's concern whether you can have a good time with all the knuckleheads. Go to the game, have a good time, tailgate. You can get drunk as you want, long as you don't drive, and stop getting into it with other people. Let everybody else have a good time. Go be miserable by yourself.
No fights.
So to all those people, because we about to get into prime season, concert season, we got football season, basketball's gonna start up. Let's just all have a good time. But if you, in any way, shape, or form, do anything in that arena that doesn't allow me to have a good time with the tickets that I get and pay for and whatever, you're dead to me.
Wow.
You're dead to me.
Bum.
Stunt Steve says, no fights at a Canes game? LOL. Good luck.
I know, but that's
right
like, come on, dude. And you know what's funny? Here's the hilarious part. Canes fans, why you getting in a fight with a visiting team? Your team ain't been fighting that hard.
It's the booze, dude. And by the way, be careful, because you never know who could throw down, as we've learned from the Morgan Wallen concert.
Oh, my goodness.
She may be skinny and blonde, but she may know Muay Thai.
And she may be in cowboy boots, but
and she
she
may be
did that.
strong as an ox.
Yeah.
She dragged too. I'm like,
wasn't it like 3 of them just by the hair and get out?
The hair and clean them out. She did
Cristobal.
more than the so-called bouncer or the security guy.
Cristobal needs to know if she can play center. J-Fig, who's dead to you?
Well, considering not many things bothered me this week, I'm going to make it.
The ACC inviting 3 more schools, right? I know. I knew it's a tough thing, J-Fig.
Dude.
You know, it was almost my pick, too, if it wasn't for Chris Mannix.
Good call.
Right, yeah. He really bothered you. No, I'm going to go ahead and also state something in general.
Oh.
Liars.
Whoa. Okay. What?
Liars.
You're
Liars.
dead. All right.
There's specifically liars that lie to me.
Oh,
okay. Who?
I mean,
okay. This
well,
seems
that's-
personal.
That
here.
seems like who would have. Yeah. So people who lie to you.
It's
okay.
personal.
Why?
Do you care to get in depth of what they lied about?
It's not. I'm not going to get in depth with it, but I will say there's no reason to lie to me.
Well, why did Marcos lie to you though?
Okay,
Marcos.
No.
Because he's a liar.
Oh,
He is a liar.
Liar, Marcos.
How did this happen?
Hey, you got to be careful on this show. You
Look,
liable to get hit by strays.
Don't lie. Say something and do another thing because I will find out. I find out everything.
Just
This
ask
seems like a
Washington.
personal shot.
Just ask Washington, okay?
Wow.
And that's not confirmation, by the way.
Okay.
By the way, did you know SMU has a show pony, a mascot?
What?
No, what?
Yeah, he's like a little mini horse.
But that's
Adorable.
probably because that's all they could like afford. They had to give all their money back.
All that scandal.
They had a Clydesdale.
Are they are they the only one where like the death sentence really worked?
Oh man, no other. I mean, keep in mind they stripped Miami pretty good, and they didn't have the death penalty, but they depleted their scholarships and stuff like that to the point where they might as well have had it. You know what I mean?
Marcos, who's that to you?
This person has been voted by Deadspin as the idiot of the month.
Oh,
and I could not agree more.
Bet that person's a liar too.
He is a liar, actually. He is indeed a liar. Luis, I think his last name is Rubiales.
Who's that?
He is the president of the Spanish women's football team.
Oh, he got loose lips.
Got some loose lips. Just to catch anyone up who may not know. He is the president of the Spanish women's team, like I just mentioned, and following their victory in the World Cup, gave a non-consensual peck to someone as he was one of his players as he was putting the medal over their head.
I would call it more of a smooch than a peck.
It was definitely a smooch.
Yeah, don't call it a peck.
Didn't he say it was consensual?
This is where it gets a little.
Well, that's what he says.
He went on to say that it was consensual because FIFA opened disciplinary proceedings against him and suspended him from all football activities for 90 days. He refused to resign and say consensual peck, as what he referred to, is enough to get me out of here. I will fight this until the end. The reaction, as you can imagine from that, has not been, received well, with the Spanish national team boycotting any future events, as well as other people coming to their aid too, male soccer players in the region as well. And honestly, people all around
What did the girl say?
The girl said it was definitely not consensual, and that it was because he had said that she was okay with it, or people had linked her to comments that she had made immediately saying that she was okay with it or downplaying it. She has been very vocal that it was definitely not consensual, definitely not something she's comfortable with, and has gone as far as saying that she will no longer play for the team if he's a part of it. And the rest of her teammates have backed her. So if this couldn't get even worse, why he ends up being even more dead to me is now he is causing pain and drama to not only soccer fans in Spain and anyone who's on that team, but now his mother has gotten into the action.
What?
Mother?
His mom has been hospitalized after a food strike in support of her son.
Oh,
His mother has decided to support her son. She locked herself in a nearby church days ago as a way to protest what she believes is unfair treatment of Luis.
Well, tell Luis's mom, your son just can't be putting his lips on anybody. Why is she cool with that?
Yeah, why don't you just go on like a Papa Kiss strike or something like that?
A very, very strange choice. And just looking, I don't want to babushka her as we did with Jovic's mother, but she doesn't. She looks like she's well into her 80s, to say the least. It is an unfortunate scenario from the beginning, and all of it leads to a man who couldn't keep his lips to himself. So, Luis, You are dead to me.
Dead to me too.
Man.
Woo.
Like, what?
You're dead
what?
to me. Bum.
Holy smokes. Like, dude,
A lot going on, man.
you
Lot going
can't
on.
just be, hey.
You're smooching.
And it's not like, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. In that environment, he was putting the metal on her. She's not going to act a fool in that moment to give the impression that it's consensual.
Plus, I'm sure you're kind of in shock. Like, did that just happen?
Right.
Like, what? Imagine if Steph Curry's there and, like, Steve Kerr's just like, Mwah. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is
I think
going
it's
on?
funnier the way you did that.
I mean, I have seen.
You
Spo
just did the fake kiss, and it was weird.
Spo has looked pretty longingly at Jimmy after some of those playoff performances.
Yeah, I mean, so have I. So have I for sure. But, you got to keep your distance.
But
Understood.
wait, no. He's the president of the team.
President of the team. And then my thing is, if once you hear this outrage, if there really was no malice with it, if you feel like this person was offended, to hear all the uproar and then say, well, I'm not going anywhere, it's kind of like, okay, sir, you're doubling down on this? This is your pick? Not the best move.
He got a lot of somebody we have over here in him. Not gonna mention no names.
I don't know.
Not on this show. I'm saying in this country.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Man,
Shmina Chmolnik says Jovic's mom's going to go on a hunger strike if Nikola doesn't graduate soon.
Okay.
I mean,
swear to God, Nicola, I will not eat at all if you don't miss math class.
Well, Mommy, you're already so thin.
Okay.
I know. So what are you doing to me? Do you care?
Here's $1 million.
Hunger
Hunger strike over.
Mama, come on, I have Bogdanovic hugging ball against Italy. I need to get back in rhythm. And here you are talking about Pythagorean theorem again.
Okay.
A squared plus B squared equals you're grounded.
Okay.
Wait, you think he's still getting grounded?
Please.
You can't ground me anymore. I'm not in teens. I'm 20. Only person who can ground me is Chris Quinn.
You enjoy
It's
this.
so odd now that we know how she looks like.
Right.
It does not sound like that at all. She's
Right,
6
and why is her and her son walking in like a runway?
Because they get introduced. They get introduced.
Oh,
at the
that's
draft.
what it was. Okay, that was at the draft.
Yep.
Okay, got you.
Yes. Or, as I like to say, 18 months ago when he promised he graduate already.
Okay.
The only thing he's got degree in is lying. Liar!
Liars!
You got a degree in money.
You're dead to me.
Oh, when you have mixed deal, come talk to me. Even a mixed roast deal, then come talk to me.
Okay.
You also called the bum earlier today.
27th pick. How much money you think he's making, especially in Miami? Still needs Papa to Venmo him to shop at Whole Foods.
Wow, really? Papa Jovic out here sending
You
money.
think they're Venmoing in Serbia?
I don't know.
Dude.
He really enjoys the family dynamic of these Serbians.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live.
all across the world. This song goes out to all the boys and girls.
Everybody, it's Tobin and Leroy. Taking you up until 2 here on the program. Canes open up their season.
Yes.
It's go time tonight. Getting hyped up watching the hype videos on the Canes IG and Twitter.
How early are you going, Tobes?
I don't know. I was thinking like leaving 4:30, get there like 5:30. It's kind of peruse around a little bit.
You want my spot? I can give you my spot.
I got a spot. I got a parking pass.
Jerk.
Why?
I just denied my spot like that.
No, I mean, what are you doing? Are you boots on the ground doing tailgate stuff today?
I was supposed to, but I got life stuff. I got insulation in my apartment, everyone. We made it.
I'm gonna tell you how that went.
Yeah.
Were you?
Hey, I'm thinking about going to the game. Oh, really? You work every night, and the night you get off, you thinking about leaving us and going to a football game?
Yeah, and then still going to work after that. Rough.
Didn't go well.
Needless to say, no.
All right.
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
gotta pick your battles.
Yeah.
You know that was gonna be an L. Don't
Pick
even
more
put it out
battles. Pick more battles when he stops pooping himself.
Yeah, definitely.
That's-
Almost there. About 12 months away.
Yep. Just count
No.
him down.
there. No, you got until what? 3 or 4 before they
Whoa.
get potty trained?
Whoa!
Boys are tougher.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their aim.
What if I
Boys are
trick?
tougher.
I remember when Fonz was a kid. Oh, he gonna hate me saying this.
Oh, okay.
Mel got mad at him and made him sit down when he pees.
More accurate, dude. More accurate.
You shouldn't have shared that.
Also, you never got to worry about the leaving the
Wait,
seat thing.
it was hilarious.
I tell you, who else is going to sit down and pee if he doesn't graduate high school soon?
Okay.
It was hilarious because I'm like, you really just told him that?
Here's the breakdown on timeline for the Canes fans going tonight. 2 o'clock. So right as we get off the air, all the parking lots open for tailgating.
Woo! 5 hours even on a Friday game?
2 o'clock, all the parking lots open. 3 o'clock is the fan zone that opens up. UHealth fan zone. So you guys, if you want to go do some of the activities there, if you have will call tickets, will call opens at 4 o'clock. The Hurricane Walk, the players off the bus, is at 4:45.
And jacuzzi gets heated at 6.
First year student gate opens at 5 o'clock. The 5:30, all gates open. So you can get in the building at 5 o'clock. Parking lots open at 2. Get in the building at 5:30. 7 o'clock kickoff.
All right.
There you go.
First game. There's a excitement with the students. It's Friday. It's a long weekend. You ain't got nothing to do. They're gonna be rowdy. Don't fight each other now. Just be cool.
Man, how long do you think those ice luges are gonna last out in this tailgate in this heat? Good luck.
Ice luge.
Yeah.
Everybody always has an ice luge.
Someone's got an ice luge.
I
Dude,
never
someone is bringing an ice luge.
I never found the need to put my mouth on the other end of some ice that 17 people have been playing with.
There's gonna be an ice luge. There's gonna be
It's nasty. Think about it. You know what, JFig? I'll give you one worse.
Okay.
When I was in college, we used to have a party where people just brought liquor and you just fill up a garbage can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking now, how did I live? How did I survive?
Forget that. Forget how gross was beer pong.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. You just dump beer into
pong
random
was
cups.
gross.
Didn't think about it back then though. You just played the game.
Touching the ball.
You know?
Yeah.
All over the ground.
Yeah.
Although
I'm glad we all survived.
These kids these days, they don't know. Like you see them selling ping pong paraphernalia at Publix. You used to have to go hunt those ping pong balls. Now Publix is onto the game. You can go and get ping pong balls wherever you want.
Right.
You know, these kids
And
didn't
then
know. Yeah, different formations
here's
that you had to have.
Here's the shady people, right? Ping pong balls are ping pong balls, right?
Mhm.
Have you ever seen the package? Beer pong balls.
Oh, charge more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These
They
are
got-
different.
You can get logos on them. You can get little Canes logos, little Michigan logos on them.
No, you know what else I never figured out? The beanbag thing.
Cornhole?
Yeah.
Cornhole? That one's pretty easy.
What do you mean? Why?
It's just stupid.
Ah,
All the items you have to pack in your car just to go toss a beanbag.
Well, it's very collapsible.
I understand that, but it just seems like I know it's a tailgate thing, right? Everybody, I don't care what game you go to, somebody's doing the beanbag toss.
Yeah.
Right? But I just don't I don't get it. Now I see it on ESPN. Like, holy smoke. And you notice, if you watch it on ESPN, they all have a red Solo cup. They ain't drinking Gatorade.
That's listen, red Solo cup. I fill you up. Toby Keith, dude.
Oh, I didn't know Creed featured in that
say
song.
Abracadabra.
Man, I'm looking for this new drinking game. I can't find it, but it is ridiculous. I think you have to throw it like all the way up in the sky. It has to go like over 10 feet. It has to like touch the other side of the actual like ping pong table, and then you catch it or something like that. Like,
listen, people got beer pong rules everywhere you go. Some people play it different. Some people do pure bounce. Some people did Steph Curry, you just direct shots. And then like you would add a bounce to get 2 cups. Like it depends. It's house rules. It's usually got the most home court advantage.
You are way too familiar.
Yeah,
you talking like you were the commissioner of beer pong, dude.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's because you go to different parts of the country, like even different schools are like, oh, we only play bounce. You got to bounce. Some people use paddles. I'm like, what? You use paddles to play beer pong? I'm just like, no. You stand back, you fire away. But if you bounce it, but then you could go Hassan Whiteside on it. You could block that thing out of there.
Really?
Don't you gotta like
JV, are you going to the game?
I'm not.
Okay.
Game's too far for her.
Everything's too far.
I can drive.
It's also a little bit of a sensitive, game because it's bird versus bird, ibis versus red hawk,
I'll support from afar,
Yeah, I understand.
It's safer that way. Yeah.
It's safer for all the birds. That's why I asked. You got your Miami shirt. I thought you was going to the tailgate right after the show.
I am.
Make sure you put on some damn sunscreen.
Oh, look, it's gotten way better. You see?
It has gotten better.
There
It
you
has
go.
gotten better.
It's all good.
Dade South has dubbed me the drink commissioner, Roger Boosdell. Be a lot less on discipline, though.
We know. We know.
Getting some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford?
We know trucks. This is about the truck. Look, they pull up, they open up their little tent over the back of it, and then open up the coolers. Have at it. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Because I never really tailgated until after I got done with football. One of the most incredible things that I have seen, it looks like some of these people pack a kitchen.
Oh, man.
Right? I mean, they got a barbecue going, tables and chairs set up, tents, music. Some people have a TV. I'm like, wow. And some people watch the game from the parking lot.
Some people people are bringing a stripper pole to the Canes tailgates.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
It's getting crazy.
And here's the thing.
And we wonder why
every drunk girl that goes by does jump on that pole. Right? See,
a couple fellas up on that pole too.
Some of them. Hard to say.
Hard to say.
We know trucks.
So what did you do for Canes game? Did you go to Canes games when you were at Barry?
I've gone to a couple, but I didn't do much tailgating. Mostly when I did tailgating.
You were still asleep when tailgate started.
That's fair. And I mean, we did enough partying,
Yeah. Y'all didn't have a football team.
No, undefeated.
Well,
undefeated. Never lost.
Never won either.
Did you have a team though?
No, they have a team. Never won either.
Okay.
You see, you're not familiar. You're not familiar with the Tobin. See, I am familiar with it. I knew exactly what he was trying to say.
Expert wiggling there.
I remember one time we went down to UM. The Orange Bowl was still open. We held one of our buddies who had his own hot sauce. He was like an OG member of the fraternity. He was like number one in ever at Barry, and he made hot sauces. And he was doing like something at the tailgate at UM. So we helped him with that as like pledges. That was fun.
Almost died at a Michigan tailgate because of hot sauce.
What?
So here's what happened. They were playing the University of Minnesota at homecoming. I went there with my brother-in-law, and because he was living in Detroit. We go to the game, and then we leave the game and then go to the Cleveland game the next day.
Okay.
So we there. We at the tailgate. Leroy, come get some of these ribs. I say, all right. I'm in. Big, like an RV, a Michigan RV with like a wall, a mural, and stuff like that. It had a 70-inch screen on the outside so you can watch until you go to the game. They have food, beverages, everything. So they have these ribs. I mean, the ribs, I'm like, you got any sauce? Yeah, we got sauce over in the back. So I'd take some of the sauce, put it on the plate. I didn't really pay attention that the sauce, the barbecue sauce, had a crossbow and skulls on it, right? And it was ghost peppers. So I'm eating it, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of spicy. Like, for me, kind of spicy. All of a sudden, dude, my stomach started hurting so bad. I thought I had to go to the hospital. That's how bad it was hurting. I was sweating, everything. Now, it just so happened that the tailgate next to us was a Minnesota tailgate, and they knew me from Minnesota, and they were in med school at Michigan. So they were all, I just happened to get this worst pain in my life, my stomach, and I was next to maybe 8 doctors that were in med school that went undergrad at Minnesota. Guess what they gave me?
What?
A lime. I ate the lime. It went away in 15 seconds. And guess what I did?
What's that?
Give me another piece of lime. I'm going to finish these ribs.
Oh, okay. Secret sauce to it, dude. There you go.
Hey, I was like this.
We'll take a quick break. You guys can get us on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Back with more after this.
WQAM.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560. Let's get to a training camp update brought to us by friends over at Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enrolled today at one of their over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Dolphins, of course, this is our last weekend without Dolphins football. Next week we get going with the Los Angeles Chargers. A lot of road games to start the season, Leroy.
Yep.
3 out of 4 this month on the road for the Fins.
If you can get out of this 2-2, 3-1, you definitely going to have an advantage when it gets to the end of the season when you have a lot of home games.
That will be nice. I mean, it'd be nice. It's definitely nice not to have to venture out on the road too much. They got that one late road game in Baltimore, but certainly having more home games in Miami should be good, especially for this offense that does love to pass the ball around to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. We'll see, man. I mean, look, even with
everybody's played in the cold. So you're saying you don't want to go up north when it's, the temperature. Everybody's played in the cold. Like, they're fine.
Hey, what's your deal, dude? Let me ask you something. What's your deal?
Whoa.
It's a Miami team. You're telling me a Miami team isn't going to prefer to play more home games later this season?
Whatever, dude. Wait a minute.
Get out of here. What are you talking about?
Zach Sealer played at Ferris State. You think it didn't get cold up there?
That's defense. Let's get at it. This is why you're not a grown-up sometimes.
Tyreek Hill played in Kansas City. You think he never had to deal with the cold?
Dude, we know what we're talking about. I'm talking about my Hawaiian quarterback.
Oh.
Wait, you think at Alabama he had to never play in the cold?
Leroy, I'm going to fight you through this screen right now. You made fun of him last year because he went to the depths of the cold in Maryland. He was like, whoo. Well, and you made fun of him for training in the cold.
I made fun of him because that ain't going to help you play a game.
Dude. You're
These
not
guys-
going to sit here on
these
this
guys
radio.
know how to play in the cold.
Oh, okay.
I'm from New Orleans. I played in the cold.
Yeah, you played your entire career in Michigan.
And I'm not from there.
Alabama is not Michigan.
That's true. I can confirm that.
You don't remember that he was like, oh, I went and, played some catch up in Maryland. There were some flurries.
And that helped. What helped more? Playing football, toss, and flurries, or doing jiu-jitsu?
Oh, the jiu-jitsu is already paying wonders.
Okay.
Have you not seen it? Have you not watched?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you dismissed that too. I mean,
No, I did see him do a little barrel roll.
Look over there, ladies and gentlemen. The dismisser.
Okay. It's a bird. It's a plane.
Ooh, they all play in the
There we
cold.
go.
Yeah, okay.
Sidekick.
No. It's just funny. Like,
Go ahead,
how
Robin.
Did
Just
somebody
keep going,
say bird?
Robin.
Leroy, oh, there's no such thing as a home field advantage. You can play anywhere. Yeah, all right. I mean, you only get automatically 3 points on every betting line. It doesn't matter.
All right. A good team is going to be good.
Okay, what? I don't understand. You started off and saying, "Hey, you get out of this. It's going to be an advantage to have all those games at home at the end of the season."
Everybody likes to play
What was your
in their
point?
own house.
Okay, it's your own house. You want to play.
You
in
don't
your
have
own
to travel
temperature.
at the end of the year. That's awesome.
Yeah, but why?
Because it's an inconvenience to travel.
Okay, so let me get this straight, dude. You think that the football games are going to be determined because of baggage claim?
No. You're an idiot. You're being an idiot right now.
I'm being an idiot.
-1 for jackassery.
No, you -1 for jackassery, dude.
I don't think we have Mike B saying that one yet. I'm not sure.
-1.
He just looking like.
I think he'd agree to like tomfoolery. I don't know if I can get him for jackassery though.
Waddle Baby Waddle wants to know, how can you dismiss him playing in the cold and also dismiss him practicing playing in the cold?
I'm saying, like, going and tossing the ball in the cold is nowhere near what it's like playing in the cold. However, that being said, let's not make it sound like these guys who have played all over the country have never played in the cold. Now,
it was a dude.
Playing in the heat is a different thing because you come down, you're sweating up a storm, you're dehydrating. Like that takes some getting used to. But playing in the cold,
Sebastian, a good team is going to be good. Outstanding insight from the dismisser.
I thought that was deep. I thought that was deep, dude.
You know what?
A good team's gonna be good, man.
You know what?
Words means words.
You know what? All of you. In the words of Smith and Smolnik, can go to hell.
No!
Yeah, what are we doing?
Shocking. The dismisser dismisses us to hell.
You guys.
At least we're not dead to him yet.
No, I would never.
Silly sauce. How about playing in the altitude? I mean, they really. I tell you what, they made that like the storyline of the NBA Finals, and the Heat were the only team. That was their only win, was in the altitude. Although, if you listen to who the hell was it? Was it
I would think that the altitude does play. I never had hey, I should have told Chris Johnson that the announcer, it was the altitude why I was so slow.
Oh, Charles Davis.
Charles Davis. Damn, why did I say Chris Johnson? Charles Davis.
You said Chris Johnson earlier in the show because we're talking ECU.
Yeah.
You already got the Wolverines on your mind, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So how about that? There you go. Charles Davis. It's the altitude. But I never. I got yelled at. That was the first time in my life I ever got yelled at to the top of my lungs by a coach. My rookie year, we were playing on Monday Night Football, and I ran through the hole, and I was carrying the ball like this. I was just running with the ball like this. Because, old school, they wasn't snatching the ball up. And some people were swatting at it, and I was running, and it never got – and I got to the sideline. He goes, "Are you even kidding me?"
Okay.
I'm like, "What? I got a first down." He goes, "Why are you carrying the football like that?" I'm like, "It's easier to run."
Kaifin says, whoever gave Tobin a quadruple shot of obnoxious, please don't do it again. Leroy's soul has been tormented enough.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I don't know if you're excited about the Canes game or you just been pounding Celsius, because as soon as I got on the screen, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Soon as I got on the screen, he was like, "Try this one. It's okay."
Oh, my favorite.
Yep.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, why are you coming at your boy like that?
I blame Chris.
I'm not coming at my boy for anything, dude.
Yep.
You were like
Chris Mannix.
Oh, listen, he got to me today. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just tired of all of the Boston media. Tired of them, dude. I'm just
What's
exhausted.
changed? You've been like this for years.
It's just the denial from them has gotten to such a ridiculous spot, and I just don't understand. Like, shouldn't they just be Shouldn't they be more worried about what their team's not going to do than the Heat? Because it seems like their team's the one always coming up short, and you never hear them talk about it.
You never hear. I was getting ready to say that, except for WEEI.
Well, except when it comes to Mac Jones versus I still take Mac. Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy that, dude. Enjoy that. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Canes are coming on up. A real quarterback joined us earlier in the week, Malik Rosier. We'll get you ready for a little Canes as Malik will break things down, get you ready for the opener. Everybody have a fantastic weekend coming on up. We'll be back on Tuesday. We're off on Monday, Labor Day.
Got a best of.
Yep, got a best of going on. If you do want to flip on the old channel and check us on out.
You better play the one where people called you a flip-flopper.
No.
Yes, that was.
It wasn't.
That was some. Hey, that was some of Twitch's best work.
Ridiculous.
Clever editing.
All right.
We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Malik Rosier next.
Time to get into
Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms, the Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Malik Rosier joining us there on the guest line, as you can catch him on WQAM's post-game coverage.
You ain't fooling us, Malik. You ain't in no stadium.
Malik, you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us.
I don't think he can hear us. He's kind of looking at us all.
It's loud in that
You want me to
stadium.
remove him?
Yeah, maybe all spacey and whatnot. Or maybe he's got to reach.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Finally. Oh, man.
I was just saying, you ain't in no stadium.
Nah, I'm not in the stadium. No, I'm at the house. I'm at the house. Yeah, sometimes with Chrome, it just, I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So thank you guys for being patient.
No worries, man. Thanks for hopping on with us. What is your level of excitement, man, for Canes opening week with this season? Are you excited, apprehensive? Like, what do you think this is the vibe going into this Friday?
You know, I feel like they have a lot to prove, but they have a lot of talent, you know, and I don't think that for me, this team reminds me a lot of the 2014 team I played on, where up front, offense, defense, receiver, all over, you have guys that have, you know, first round draft pick projections. I remember, you know, being around guys like Eric Flowers, being around guys like, you know, Al-Qadim Muhammad, guys that got drafted high. You know, you're hearing about guys like LT, Javon Cohen, you know, even Zion Nelson hasn't played here. All these guys have these, you know, high grades, and that's kind of what 2014 reminded me of. A lot of talent, but the biggest thing for them is going to be, you know, when you get hit in the mouth, how do you respond? I think that we have a lot of guys that are mentally tough. And so I'm very interested. You know, I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but I definitely would say that I think that if we don't win all the games, I think we should at least compete in all the games. I think that's something that, you know, we've been missing for a while. It's something that, you know, when we lose, I'd rather it be like a late game instead of it being kind of like, you know, last year's Florida State where we're kind of getting blown out. And I don't think that's going to happen this year. So excited about that.
Well, Malik, one of the things that we were talking about beforehand is that I'm really excited about this season for the simple fact that we aren't going into the season with all these expectations. It's more like, let's see the growth. Let's see these guys come together. Let's see the way it should be kind of every year, because you really don't know how it's all going to play out. But this year starts without all the expectations. And I think fans and everybody involved are going to probably enjoy the season a little bit more, because you didn't go into it expecting to go to the ACC championship or go to a January 1st bowl or compete for this or compete for that. You're just we want to compete every week.
No, I definitely agree with that. And to me, I think that's a lot of stuff you hear with Mario, you know, when he talks, hey, we're getting mentally tough. You know, you got a lot of guys now that understand what it means to work. You know, that was one thing that I would say, again, 2014 team, I think it was a lot more talented than our 2017 team. But I also think at the end of the day, our 2017 team knew that, you know, you can't quit. There was times that I felt like at points where guys would just hold their head down. I felt like that was something that just has to do with mental toughness. Not saying that all the guys on the team did that, but there were definitely some. And I think that was one thing that, you know, guys like, you know, Jaquan Johnson, Braxton Berrios, Chad Thomas, they didn't allow you to hold your head down. No, I remember there was a game versus Virginia. They go up 14-0. We tied up 14-14. Then they jump back up, you know, 28-14. And we're like, well, damn, we just caught up and now they're back up. And, you know, there was no one that held their head down. You know, you had defensive guys. I remember Jaquan Johnson walking over and says, hey, we're going to get a stop. You guys put, you know, the ball in the end zone. You know, it's that kind of leadership and mindset that really, for me, separated our team from a lot of the other teams I played on. And it had nothing to do with talent. They were definitely more talented teams that I played on. But it was that mentality that, you know, that thing saying, hey, we're not going to give up. We're in every game. And that's one thing I think that this team is starting to understand.
Malik, do you think specifically for a guy like Tyler Van Dyke, who got a lot of those expectations coming into last year, all these projections, all that stuff, with there being, I guess, seemingly less, I'm sure there's a lot of pressure he puts on himself, but less like outside noise maybe going into this year, how much do you think that can maybe help him be a little bit more free and easy this year, if at all?
Yeah, you know, I would say Tyler's someone that, you know, definitely isn't dumb. Like, I think that at the end of the day, like, everyone sees their draft projection. You know, when Brad was supposed to be number 1 or number 2 behind Deshaun Watson going back to California, me and him talked about it. But I don't think Tyler let it get to his head. I think some of that other stuff had to do with, you know, the OC and different processing. And I think that the fact that, you know, we have Dawson, he's in the room with him. I've met Dawson multiple times. I don't know people that know Dawson. They love him. You know, that was one thing that I knew about last year. That's the reason why I knew last year's offense would work. I'll give you an example. So Evan Sheriff's backup quarterback for Miami when I was there, his brother was Dawson's quarterback. Not Dawson, was last year's quarterback at UConn. when he had the baby, you know who was the first person that was in the doctor's office?
No.
It was Lashley. First person that congratulated him was Coach Lashley. You know, literally came to the dog and said, "Hey, man, congrats on having your kid." And like when you have a coach that takes time out of his day and isn't, you know, there's 100 things he can do with recruiting and things like that, but he takes time to meet your kid. That lets you know that that's the type of connection that he is, and that's what, you know, you're hearing a lot of guys talk about with Dawson. I love who he is as a person. I love the offensive philosophy, but you got to like the guy to kind of like his philosophy. One thing that I give James Coley, you know, James Coley was a very likable person, and I think that's something that, you know, these guys are going to rally around Dawson. Just because not only does he have a good philosophy, but he's someone that cares about them, and they're going to play for a guy like that.
All right, Malik, here's what I'm curious to know, because I'm not an insider. You know, I just kind of watch it and go to games and watch and hope for the best. What's different? What are we going to see that's different from this team that you have seen in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I would say, to me, I think consistently winning up front. You know, I think that's an area that, you know, we've been lacking. I mean, when you talk about, especially on the offensive line side, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of our guys now, I think the smallest guy is like 295. I mean, we have a whole bunch of 330, 320, 315. I mean, even the backups, 330. You know what I mean? They're big kids. And, you know, when I was at Georgia, that was, to me, the biggest difference was, you know, we've always had fast guys on the outside, Stacey Coley, Philip Dorsett. You know, we've always had speed, but I felt like in the past we've always lost in the trenches when a team has been able just to line up and just, you know, physically impose their will.
North Carolina treatment.
I mean, even think about, I mean, I know I lost to them twice, but even think about Wisconsin. Like, they just physically imposed their will on us both times we played us. And I think that's where, you know, up front matters. And I think that, you know, the fact that we have a lot of talented kids up front, and that's where we hear a lot of, you know, our first round draft pick guys coming from, that's when you know, your team's at least going to be able to compete. You know, those 3rd and 1 to 2s, you don't have to worry about, hey, you know, can we get it? Those, you know, goal line, you know, can we run the ball? And I think those are a lot of stuff that in the past has stopped us. And now I think that's actually going to be a strength for us.
Is there a part of this season like you're most excited for, like in the first, I guess, stretch of games that like you're like that's the measuring stick game, or do you feel like this is kind of going to be a week by week thing for them to see what they can actually maybe turn into this year?
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a week by week. But to me, I think the one game that's definitely going to stick out to me the most is going to be Texas A&M. And a couple reasons why. I think one, Texas A&M is super talented. But I don't think by week 2 they're going to figure it out yet. So you're going to have two teams that are both trying to figure out who they are. They should both be going 1-0. We should have a home field advantage. And obviously they have a young quarterback. So there will be a really good team, an SEC team that some people even have, you know, winning the SEC West, that if we can beat them, it'll definitely give a lot of just positivity going throughout the locker room. And I think that's really what they need. Again, if we lose that game, I don't think it implements or anything for the ACC, but I think morale-wise going into, you know, the North Carolina game after that, a couple weeks after that, I really think that Texas A&M game, you're going to kind of understand, you know, do we have guys that can run around, tackle athletic guys, win one-on-one matchups? I think that's where the game I'm really excited for on that aspect.
I think the same thing happened last year. If you had a chance to win that game, you win that game, the positivity going through that building is through the roof, even though Texas A&M wasn't that good.
But to me, it's almost like it's the same way in like recruiting. When you go in and you beat a good SEC team, especially a team that has a name, whether they're having an up year or down year, what it does for you nationally in your locker room, in your community, it definitely affects you. And so that's kind of where, you know, now that we faced them once, we kind of understand who they are. They have a lot of the same players coming back. I think it could be a really good test for us, especially at home. We kind of have that home field advantage. I'm very interested to see how that game goes.
We're talking to Malik Rosier, who you guys can hear on WQAM after the Hurricanes broadcast gets going on Friday, taking on Miami of Ohio. Malik, I got to ask you this because this has been a heated debate on our show for a very long time. You were on the team that originated the turnover chain. I know you were on offense, but were you sad or glad that the turnover chain was banished last year? Because I was very upset by this.
Honestly, I was glad. And I hope at some point it comes back. You know, maybe 2 or 3 years later, you know, maybe after, you know, hey guys, you guys win the ACC championship, then we'll bring the chain back. Because I definitely think from a marketing standpoint, from just like, you know, I mean, it's almost like there was an old philosophy of saying, hey, you know, I send my kid out and I tell him, hey, go score as many touchdowns as you can. But if I tell him, hey, I'm gonna give you $20 for every touchdown you score, it's gonna give him that little extra edge, even though it's not really gonna change it. Something mentally, it definitely does. And especially on the defense side, I think that, when you're talking about how to win games, turnover margin is key. Being able to create turnovers on defense is very important. I think the fact that you give those kids that boost, even though it shouldn't be there. I mean, you saw what it did to the sideline, to the stadium. I mean, there was times where like they catch a pick and I'm on the field, I'm having to tell the crowd to quiet down because they're screaming because someone's holding up the chain. So it was definitely a very, very unique environment. But I get why Mario, banned it. I think there were certain kids that, were more worried about the chain than they were worried about the actual outcome of the game. And I think that's where Mario had to take it away, kind of say, hey, I need guys that care about football. And then the chain and stuff is just extra. And I think he's slowly getting there. But I definitely think I hope at some point it comes back because it was very, very cool to have that. I know the defense definitely loved it.
1 second. Apologize.
I'm not going to apologize. He says he wants it back. He says he wants it back. I'm not going to apologize for it. He likes it. He just admitted it. He likes the chain.
Here, I told him this. You're not helping your cause when you lose and then you bring out a turnover.
My point is
agreed.
And my point has always been though, tradition is tradition.
It is.
So like no matter what, you run out the smoke, whether you're good or you're bad.
We were down versus Virginia. We were down versus Virginia. Jaquan caught the pick 6 and he got the chain, and it really helped us because that was like literally the whole like I literally said, I was like, if you guys can't feel this entire game just swing in our direction, you're losing your mind right now. Like when Daquan Johnson caught that pick, not only did they erupt on when he scored, but they erupted again whenever he put on the chain. It was just like they not only got hit once with the scream, they got hit twice. And I think that's some of the side that, we got to get back to. But I'll say at the end of the day, like whether we had the chain or not, those guys cared about winning. And I think that's the reason why the chain worked for that team. And I think that's kind of what Mario was trying to get back to is, hey, we got to get back to winning, and then we'll get the bling and all the other BS that comes along with it.
Before we get you out of here, Malik, I want to play something for you. So your former head coach, Mark Richt, was once on our show, and he had a strange analogy. I wanted to know if you had ever heard anything like this and what your reaction is to Richt discussing butterflies.
It's so good to struggle. It's so good to overcome adversity. Right. It grows you as a human being. It grows you as a leader. And like you say, when it's just like that the butterfly, when it's a caterpillar and it's coming out of the cocoon, it's got to fight its way out. And if it doesn't fight its way out, the wings aren't strong enough to fly. So, you might have somebody want to cut open the cocoon and relieve the pain and, then and not go through the struggle. And all of a sudden you're not strong enough to fly.
Very deep. Have you?
Yeah. That definitely sounds like a Mark Richt analogy, 100%. Definitely a Mark Richt analogy.
I start thinking, when was the last time I walked by a cocoon and said, his little wings are probably too tight? I need to release him.
Nah, so I think I get where he's coming from. I would say, especially for me, there was times and I was lucky enough to learn from Brad. But there was different situations to where that, going in, especially my senior year, that I kind of knew what was up. And I think that's kind of what he means. You'll see a lot of guys, especially at quarterback, that first year they might struggle, but that second year, once they kind of understand what they're doing, they've, matured more, they definitely should have a better year. I think it's funny that he used the caterpillar because I think that's a little far-fetched, but I would say that like, it definitely does mold you as a leader. Like there was times to where, especially like my freshman year, I handled a lot of situations a lot differently than I did like my junior and senior year, especially like I'll be honest with you guys, like if I was starting my freshman year and then I got benched my freshman year, I probably would have lost it, quit the team, left and went somewhere else. But the fact that I was older, I knew more, the fact that I was like, hey, I care more about the team, I've matured more, I was still able to, help the team out in every aspect that I could. So I think that's kind of where he's coming from is that, if you're a leader at the end of the day, as you go through life, as you go through scenarios, you'll understand how to operate. The older you get, the more you mature in handling situations.
Appreciate the time, Malik. Thanks so much, man.
Malik.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
There you go. Malik Rosier, former Canes QB. You guys can catch him coming up this Friday after the broadcast. Canes and Red Hawks coming up. Miami v. Miami. Appreciate Malik Rosier for joining the show.